Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, and we are pretty loud because we are here for another game week deadline show, but it is game week 500 that we're at, Harry boy. We expected this to be a special one, and it maybe will be a little bit, but I don't think Sorare are really doing anything for it. But we are here for the deadline show. I am Quinny, and I'm joined as always by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, game week 500. Jesus Christ. How that's flown, right? Since the early, we were in the hundreds, weren't we, a couple of years ago? Jesus, 500. Yeah, it does feel like it's being downplayed a little bit. I'd have thought Sorare would have done something. I know they got the jersey special, whatever, but it doesn't seem like they've done that because of game week 500. I think that's just like a special weekly, right? I don't know. Yeah. It just feels like it's been downplayed a little bit, which it's a bit sad, really, because 500 is a big landmark, and I don't know.
I was trying to do a wee bit of mental maths there because FC Barcelona was established in game week 78.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just thinking, wow, how many game weeks have I played then? And then, so it's at
422.
422 jumping jimmies, man. That's a lot of game weeks, a lot of DNPs.
You could maybe calculate somehow. We could estimate maybe how many lineups have you put out in that time? 400 game weeks, average of what? 10 lineups a week?
I don't know if that'd be the average, would it? Maybe.
I don't know. You have I don't know. On a mega game week, how many do you have over the last year or so? Surely it's above 10, isn't it? 50?
Yeah, maybe.
And then you could argue back in the day you maybe had 5, so maybe less. I don't know. So you could average it out at 10.
Could be a fun one. But yeah, it's game week 500. So let us know, guys, what you're up to for this game week. If you've got any, can't stay long, but Maeda not fit, not in the first round of training photos. Oh, good to hear the breaking news there. And that'll bring me on to something, guys, because a lot of people fist bumps to everyone on arrival. But everyone's been telling me, Harry, that content creators get this mad luck. And every time they buy a card off auction or instant buy, they get a free card or they get the big essence. I've had neither one. Absolutely neither one. Fist bump to everyone on arrival. I think I've almost caught everyone. There's a bunch of here. Welcome everyone to the Deadline Show. Be sure to drop into the live chat what you're doing this game week, where you're swinging, because we've got a few interesting things going on with SPFL Special Weekly. We've got a Jersey Special as well, which is the return of the old specialist format with a bit of a difference, as well as we've got boxes and contender and challenger and every little bit else. So let us know what you're up to, as well as any snippets that come off the timeline, because we have press conferences running today. We have training photos coming out. So any intel that you get, drop it into the live chats. What the Deadline Show is all about. It's helping one another to make sure that we get as high up the leaderboard as possible. And I think that's pretty much the size of it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And as you know, you all know this already, but Sorare own and control the internet. They love the content here at the channel. They love the content over at Harry Trades, and they know you're sitting here watching the show, and they can see if you've hit that like button or not. So if you don't hit that like button, Sorare, don't take too kindly to that. You're going to get nothing in your boxes. You're going to get DNPs. You will pick the wrong captain. So support the channel, support the content, hit the like button. Help yourself out, help support the show as well. Let YouTube know we're having a good time and we're up to it. But we're not just on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, and I think that's about it for today. But for game week 500, Harry, I don't know if we would call it content creator luck, because I've bought a few cards and I've never really had it. But I was saying to you before we're coming on, I don't know what to do with this Dyson Maeda thing, because the Scottish Special Weekly is way better than in-season, and in-season needs one more in-season card, which I wouldn't have to play, so yada yada, it's probably not the play for me. And I thought, as a little bit of an insurance policy, there's an in-season James Forrest for £19, under 20 quid, and I thought that's just too good of an insurance policy ahead of the Deadline Show to pick up, because surely someone buys that if Maeda isn't pictured in training. And what would you know? We got our first little 2-for-1 on the go. We got a little non-Celtic cards, right? So it is what it is. But we got a Liam Polworth, number 2 out of 100. Regular starter for Kilmarnock, a team that qualified for European football. I've got a second leg against Tromsø still to play. They might get themselves into the Conference League, but suffice it to say they got into European football because they were a top 4, top 5 team last year. And I would expect them to be kind of similar again. And for game week 500, me and Harry Boy on the Deadline Show, we're going to give away the Liam Polworth to one of you guys that are joining us on YouTube in the live chat. So we'll do that later on in the show before the deadline, in case this Polworth helps you get a team off the ground out there as well. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, get into the live chat and let us know everything you're up to this game week. And towards the end of the show, as we get closer to the deadline, we're going to give away that Liam Polworth. So yeah, just by me for getting a wee juicy 2 for 1, and it's going to be just by you guys because it will go to one of you guys that are joining us. This bumps to all the heroes and legends again that are joining us. But yeah, Harry boy, I got a wee 2 for 1. You've never been in season, have you?
No, I've bought a couple. I've had one, double. It was a addenda rare card from Challenger, really early on actually. When the first lot of cards came out, I had a card given to me from the same team, like 2 addenda cards basically. But yeah, you got super lucky there because technically it's over, like I mentioned to you before the stream. But those early mints, I think me and Laird were talking about a few days ago. Those early mints, for whatever reason, because they hadn't been sold. Maybe it's still sort of programmed in the Sorare sphere for them to still give out, whatever comes with it. Because I bought a card. When did I buy? I bought a card a few days ago, and I had nothing like after it. And I was like, I thought I'd get a bit of essence or whatever, but I didn't. Realized it was over, and it's something to do with the early mints, I think. So hopefully everyone's snagging up the early mints now on instant buy and stuff, because there will be things in there. It's just you just got to get lucky.
We bad treasure hunting, so yeah, definitely a wee Easter egg here, and Laird's kind of trying to catch us out here. But I think, so I said to you, it's still the number 3. It's number 3 James Forrest I got, so probably the first instant buy that they listed.
Potentially, yeah. So they've probably sold on auction 4, 5, 6, whatever, 7 of 100, and obviously, left 3, 11. I don't know, whatever the mints are for instant buy. Like you said, nobody's snagged up the instant buy, mate. So you've done well there. The
next James Forrest instant buy is number 3. Oh no, maybe my screen hasn't refreshed. I've got number 3.
That's weird. I was going to say, I swear you just said you.
but yeah, no, you can maybe just make it out behind.
Oh, okay.
But number 3 on instant buy,
right? Can it?
I'm sure if I hit refresh, I just didn't want to get rid of this screen because it was so. It made me feel good. Yeah, it made me feel good. But maybe if we hit the old refresh, we'll see that. It's the number 20.
Look at that, 20. So they've sold 16 Foresters in that time or whatever. For whatever reason, nobody's bothered instant buying them, which is weird, really. I don't know. Maybe it's not weird, but
buzzing. So Harry boy, that takes us on, I think, to the game week, and that means the matchups tab.
Yeah, I think normal sort of game weeks and teams have kind of resumed. Ooh, wow, that's insane. That's ridiculous. Mikey, fair play, mate. That's insane. That is bloody brilliant. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, we've got a lot of new challenger leagues back today or this weekend, Quinny, or even tonight. Actually, there's a lot of action tonight in some of the big challenger game weeks matchup. Sorry, I mean PSV don't play tonight, but they're riding high, top of the matchups tab, I think. Warwick at home. Does it get much better? 87% win percentage, just under Shanghai Shenhua. Coupled there with Feyenoord, Fenerbahce, and Sporting. So, and then Porto not too far down. Last couple of weeks it's been contender heavy, hasn't it? The all-star matchups tab. If we look at it this way, we haven't segregated it out yet, which we probably will. But yeah, it's definitely flipped, hasn't it? We've those influx of new teams coming back from Challenger has meant that, I think this tab is going to look quite similarly to this most weeks, I would say. The MLS won't affect it when that comes back, really. You're just hoping that you've got, a bit of play in some of those teams, because otherwise it's going to be tough.
It is indeed. And it's familiar faces to the matchups tab anyway, but in that region, it feels like it's going to be a roulette of like 8 teams, isn't it? Who's at home? Who kills somebody 5-0? And that kind of thing. Tristan has dropped his comment once or twice. I don't want him to think I've missed him, but he's thrown it out there. Sørloth or Rodrigo. Now, Harry, I must say, first of all, was buzzing to see you picked up a super rare Rodrigo, huge W, and I agreed with everything you said in the video in terms of the quality of guy he gives you. And maybe you can't play him 38 game weeks in the La Liga season, but the 30 you get out of him, or the 28, whatever it might be, should be pretty fun. But who would you pick if you could pick either one?
I'm pretty sure I got asked this question in the comment section of that video. Bless you, mate. I'm pretty sure it might have been Tristan that asked it, but regardless, I did get asked this question. This question. I basically, my sort of opinion on it was, I think Sørloth will score more goals. I think that's probably maybe an obvious answer. He probably, number 9 at Atletico now and plays more games than not. I reckon he gets more goals, but, the benefit of Rodrigo is, like I mentioned in the video, he is capable of like 30 AA. Like Sørloth isn't going to get a 30 AA game, which is a nice sort of cushion or whatever you want to call it, to where like if Rodrigo doesn't get a decisive and he's playing, he can still get you to 60, 65, 70 just by AA if all the things I mentioned in the vid, fall into place. Might not happen, whatever. Yeah, but I definitely think Sørloth outscores him if we're talking pure goals, maybe even pure DAs. Yeah, but who's the better card? It kind of matters about, it all kind of depends on who the other 4 cards are, right? Like if you've got other Real Madrid cards with it, have you got a Julian Alvarez with it? Like it kind of all depends on who you're going to complement those 2 cards with. So a bit of a cop-out answer, but I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? What would you prefer? The goal scorer or?
I think Sørloth is the goal scorer, right? But he does have 10 plus AA in his locker.
He does have 10, yeah. I wouldn't deny that, but he doesn't have 20, 30, 35.
Nah, but he could get 17 in a good game,
I
like
agree,
or
yeah.
14.
He could probably peak out. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So I don't know. I would get
close.
But under 23 is your bag, so it's a little bit of a different thing for why
Right.
you've went specifically with Rodrigo, because to win shit, especially at the top divisions, you need a guy that's going to bring in 90 or something like that, or that's like on the main.
100%.
But I think if it's just for La Liga, Classic, in season or whatever, I think Sørloth is the play, just in general. But I think, Alvarez and Sørloth together could be a wet dream of a partnership. Like maybe both of them score well, maybe one's out, maybe one is dominant SO5 wise over the other. It's hard to say, but I think that's going to be a great partnership. Second,
yeah. I was just going to say, if Sørloth gets pens or Alvarez or who I know Griezmann might still be there.
Who would get?
It kind of all depends on who gets the pens, right? Really.
Yeah, interesting.
But another element to this, I saw someone mention it. Obviously, if Griezmann does leave, which it looks like he is, Alvarez could get corners. By the way, like that isn't out of the realm. He took corners for City. Like he is, he has got that kind of delivery, and he's not the biggest, so he's not really a threat in the box. Really, not saying he can't score headers, but Sørloth is like 9'9". The chances are he's going to score a few more headers than Alvarez, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Alvarez takes over maybe the set pieces, corners potentially, if Griezmann goes. So he could be an insane card outside of even just goal scoring. Never mind pens, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because he could be 25 AA on a bad day.
Easy. I mean, we know Atletico aren't blessed with AA sort of dominant cards. If we're talking in an attacking sense of things, okay, Griezmann may be an exception, but yeah, Alvarez, man, could be serious. Could be really, really good card.
And with Fenerbahce up in 4th, FPL veterans asking, who would you go for, Szymanski or Tadic?
They're a massive rotational situation this weekend because they played midweek and then they'll play next midweek. Yeah. Jesus, man, I don't know. Tadic is a bit older. I don't know whether that comes into it fitness-wise. Szymanski's, little skinny number 10. I'm sure you can go again this weekend. I'd probably go Szymanski just purely off age and stuff. I know sometimes that might not be a
reliability.
Yeah, I just feel like he's probably got an easy 60 in him, right? 60 minutes at least. Never, Tadic, at best, he's probably a 60, isn't he? Minute-wise this weekend. I don't know. That's a real tough one.
And with PSV at the top, we're going, do we think De Jong and Biscagli play tomorrow? I'm not too up on this, but I know they've both been questionable. Yeah,
it feels like Luke De Jong's a lot more in than Biscagli from what I've seen when I was lineup building yesterday. I think Luke De Jong's, from what I've seen, is a bit of a cert compared to Biscagli. I think he's the risk. But it's one of them where, like, if you do play him and he plays, you're looking at a massive score, right? So, do you want to take the risk? I think with multi-entry, just on a bit of a tangent, with multi-entry now, you can kind of take those risks in some places where before you couldn't risk it. If you don't have any other alternatives, if you just have Biscagli, it's one of them where, like, if you might not play him in your best lineup, but you've got to play him somewhere just in case he does actually play and he does bring in 100, because very probable, right? At home to Warwick, it's like you will get other chances to do this, obviously, and it doesn't get much better, to start the season off with 100 from your centre back. So yeah. So we'll check the predicted lineup shortly, but I think we see this kind of top order that we've got. It is all non-champions still. We're waiting for that. That'll be next weekend, game week 502. We welcome back champion. There's a wee bit of a midweek prelude to that as well with La Liga, the way they've split their fixtures out.
But yeah, some great football teams here, like Galatasaray, Salzburg, Porto, Sporting, Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, PSV, Celtic. Nordisland, we don't really have cards for. Leeds is a dying breed as well. This is like a fun matchups tab, isn't it? I deliberately didn't say their name, just in case anyone's trying to check me on it. Antwerp.
I clocked that. It's very challenger heavy. I didn't even mention the championships back as well, by the way. So we've got Eredivisie, obviously, Turkish, the Turkish league, and the championship, which kicks off tonight, to be fair. Let's
look at challengers then. Let's have a look at challengers, see how it's...
We'll do challengers.
And then we'll start to dig out some predicted 11s as we... Yeah, so it's like Holland at the top, isn't it? So we'll do Holland first, probably.
It's Holland, Turkey, Portugal, and a bit of Belgium then, a bit more Holland, yeah.
Benfica quite low. I know they're away, but that's a bit of a game. It shouldn't really be a problem.
For Millicao, I remember my Zaidu's boys on there. They're a decent team. You can't really write them off, I don't think. And like Otamendi's went to the Olympics. Like they've got a few little situations, I think, to iron out Benfica as far as the starting 11 goes.
Fair. And I think Midtjylland are playing bottom of the table. I know there's not been many games going, but they're quite low down, I think, for being and whatnot.
I think they're a semi-pro team. I can't remember. There's always a semi-pro team somewhere in Denmark, and I believe that's them. I could be completely wrong, though. There was definitely one last season, but maybe they got relegated. But yeah, regardless, good fixture for them. Midtjylland did play this midweek, though, and they are playing next midweek, as are a lot of teams in Europe. I think somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier, so nice catch on that. But yeah, that's a massive one, Quinny, right now. Like, just trying to guess who's going to play these weekends is tough going, man. Real tough.
So we've got the predicted 11s. We'll start with PSV because they were at the very tippy top there for the Dutch. Look at the stats on those. It should be incredible. And the predicted 11 has De Jong and Biscagli. It has them both in. Biscagli only at 60, De Jong at 90. So it kind of goes in with what you were saying, Harry boy. I'm quite excited to see Ryan Flamingo come into this team. He's a guy that I remember us kind of scouting all the way back when Eredivisie first came on. I can't remember who he played for, but him and a few other guys like Trezor. And, there was a wee clutch of guys that were like super young and they had like, in one good statistic, they were maybe in the top 10 in the division or something like that. Trezor is just another name that jumps out because he's did so well. But Flamengo was definitely one of those wee defenders that's like, oh, this guy could be okay for a cap, or something. And he's young. And now he's at PSG. Yeah. An absolute killer. So I'm excited to see how he does. The left back's a new name to me, but otherwise, like you really know what you're getting out of this team. Lang in the front three again. Maybe we'll see the best of him once more.
Yeah, I think a lot of us that don't own PSV cards were quite definitely hoping that a few of these smashes would obviously move on. It looks like Teze is going to move on to Monaco. I know he's in to play this game. It might be his last game, I think. But like Veerman's still around, which is a bit mad. Bakayoko the same. Like they haven't offloaded anyone, which is weird. Even Schuton, who had a decent Euros. The left back up guard has been there for a while, to be fair, but he's just been like a bit of a rotational, younger piece or whatever. They're looking to bring someone in there after who left? Why can't I think? Oh, of course, Dest is injured and Mauro Jr. is injured. But yeah, Flamingo should be really, really tasty. I think who's he at? He was at Utrecht last season, but before that he was at who's the team that went bust? Vitesse. I'm sure he played for Vitesse. Yeah, I'm sure he was in that early Vitesse team.
It's like yellow black. I remember this kit as being sang at Vitesse, wasn't it?
Yeah, black and yellow. Mickey says no semi-pro team. Oh, okay, so they're going up in the world now. The Danish. It's about time, isn't it?
Rico Man's looking forward to Kenzo getting his debut for Derby. Yeah.
I actually brought him into the Road to Glory as one of my... I'm playing him actually this weekend, so I'm excited to see how he gets on. And I've heard some good things from a few Derby fans. But yeah, Feyenoord without Timber for now. He's still a little bit injured. He was on the bench in the Super Cup on the weekend. Didn't come off it, I don't think. I mean, the biggest change there, Quinny, is Wellenruth instead of Bilo, right? Like...
Yeah,
Bilo's been the boy for a while. I know he, loves an injury and whatever. And Wellenreuther, to be fair, when he's asked to come in, has always stepped up, hasn't he? Really, and done a job. Maybe they're just fed up with Bilo and just said, you know what, you're just a fucking liability at this point. As horrible as that sounds, like it's just the truth, right? That's kind of what we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years. It felt like you can't get a stretch of games out of Bilo. As good as he might be,
it's just unreliable.
Yeah.
And this is the first non-Arne Slot Feyenoord team we've seen in a few years. On Sorare, certainly. So a bit of a change of shape, bit of a change of tactics. I don't recognise this midfield, Ezekiel, if that's his name, alongside the rookie here. So who knows with Feyenoord really this year? We expect them to smash Willem II at home. A lot of good players here, a lot of big scoring potential, but it's a little bit of the unknown. They've got CC Sandra in attack for Willem II, Thomas Diedelon in goals. Anyone else we know?
Saint
Maybe
Jago.
a bit of it for me.
Do you remember him for Utrecht?
Nah,
right
not
back.
one I know.
He was a bit of a football manager wonder kid back in the day.
Nice. I don't think Ajax were that high, but we'll put them on next. So this is the Ajax expected 11 at home to Heerenveen. And again, the number 10 jumps out as a guy I've never seen before. Kian Fitzjim. That sounds like a Football Manager regen if ever I've heard one. Especially his picture as well. Looks fake as fuck, but there we go. Back four looks pretty tidy. Henderson and Taylor in the engine room. And then the front three should score some goals in Eredivisie. I don't think there's maybe much of a question about that, but it doesn't really seem very Ajaxy overall, this team.
No, not really. That Kian Fitzgerald went on loan to Excelsior last season. I only know that because I had a couple of Excelsior players. And he didn't even play, really, which is weird. Now he's, starting for Ajax, which is just kind of shows their... Not saying he's not very good, but, it kind of shows the quality they're kind of having to play with. Yuri Bass as well was on loan to NEC, who, to be fair, he is a good little player, but nobody expected him to just walk into a centre-half role this season. He was playing like left-back, left-wing for NEC, which is a bit of a change. But yeah, he is pretty good. They won midweek, I believe, like Panathinaikos away or something. They played in Greece, I'm sure they did. And yeah, they'll play next midweek. Steven Berghuis with the goal. But yeah, it's not as Ajaxy as we once, remembered them as. But against RVP's boys, isn't it?
Yeah. Mats Collier still there at left back. Mickey van der Hart's got another job. Love to see that for him.
That's mad, Quinny. They've dropped, what's his name? Noppert.
Oh yeah, Noppert's been on the way out for a while, but hasn't he? Since that
Holland, since
he got that surprise Dutch call up, it's just been downhill.
Yeah, it has been, hasn't it? I was just thinking, I saw an article saying RVP came out and said basically like I'm basically De Zerbi 2.0. Sorry, I'm going to rotate my keepers. I don't believe in a number one, so I don't know whether this Van der Hart is just starting this game, and he basically said he doesn't have a number one. So read into that how you will, but yeah, not the situation you want as an SO5 and Sorare manager, right?
Sparta Rotterdam looks to be the next. Oh no, Utrecht are next for Holland. They were ahead of Ajax. No, I'm totally with you there. SO5 wise, you do not want goalkeepers playing musical chairs. That's a pain in the backside. Nobody needs. But speaking of goalkeepers that are a pain in the ass, we've got Barkas in goals here for Utrecht, and they've got Toonstra. Oh yeah, I thought they've signed another fixer-upper of a player, and it's Noah Ohio. He's only on 30% to play this, so he won't be starting. Zidane Iqbal, former Man United prodigal son, wonder kid, is still there. I thought it was only a loan, but maybe they bought him. He looks to be playing. And Chan Bosdogan, who is a wee Road to Glory favourite of mine, a wee kind of budget player that's always been handy, is resigned to the bench. Handy team, isn't it? Is that Brendan or Paxson?
Paxson, yeah. And they've got Booth as well, Taylor Booth. They both went to the Olympics, I believe, so that's why they're kind of like not playing this game. But they will be in and around the first team, I think, or the first 11. Sorry, after this game.
I think this Krastev is a Man City guy or something. I've seen this guy. Yeah. I've seen this guy's card before. I can't remember why, but I think he's maybe like a low issue, a wee CFG guy or something. And Selmio McNulty, the funny named Irishman, formerly of Wolfsburg or something like that, and Jasper Schellender in goals. I don't think I recognise much else outside this team, but not a good game for them all the same.
Not really, no. That Thomas Butinic, the guy up front, I'm sure he was the one that was in Portugal last season. I think he's like Slovenian or Slovakian. Had a couple of goals last season. I'm sure he was playing for Boa Vista, or maybe he was a different guy. But I'm sure there was... Nah, who am I on about then? There's another guy that's very similar. No, it's a different guy then. Who was at Boa Vista? Thomas something. Came from the Dutch league as well. Someone will have me in the comments. But yeah, they don't look great, do they, Pexwall, to be fair.
Oh. RVP, he just doesn't want to call anyone. He just doesn't want to hurt their feelings. Yeah. That's what it is. So I don't want to diminish their hope of playing.
Bozanic, yeah. Nice shout, me, SSV. That was close.
Andy, good to see you. SC20 as he went to, perhaps. Let's look at 20 next. I think they're decent. Oh, no, it was Sparta that were next. They're at home at Heracles. We'll put Sparta on screen now. The college still in the house. Arno Verschuren in midfield. Mitinho, is he maybe somebody that was decent in Portugal or something? Is he a name that's...
I actually searched him up yesterday. He's a Brazilian lad, obviously, with a name like Mitinho. I can't remember where he came from, though. I don't remember seeing it on SofaScore who his previous club was.
The Man City team in France.
Of course, yeah.
I knew I'd recognise his name from something. There we go. The CFG is strong with me today. So he could be handy.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem for me now. So he's keeping out Julian Bass, basically, who was my golden child last season for Excelsior. And he's now gone on a free to Sparta. And yeah, he'll definitely have to fight, earn his spot at some point. But yeah.
Heracles are lined up as follows. No Jizz.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jizz. I can't remember if I saw. He's definitely still there. It might just be injured Jizz right now.
Fabian de Keizer in goals.
Yeah, comeback of all comebacks. He's Undertaker-esque return for him, right? Jesus.
Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead. It's down here at the bottom. I'm just going to put this on the screen just so we can forget about it quickly. But what got your attention there?
Jizz has a severe injury.
Oh. He's all jizzed out. He's all jizzed out. And then they're playing Fortuna Sittard. This is their team. They still got Sean Adoye, who is like a little Ryan Flamengo kind of guy as well for me. And
Rodrigo Goof is still there as well.
Goof, that's a new one on me, mate. And I don't recognise Branderhorst. Not too sure on that.
New keeper, yeah. They signed him from somebody. I'm sure they did. Who'd they get him from? Can't remember. Maybe Utrecht, actually. Yeah, new keeper there. Pandor gone.
Pandor. That's who they had before, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then AZ. Troy Parrott in town.
Yeah, he could be. I did a little video a couple of days ago on under 23 breakouts. I think, yeah, he could be the one. I think that really just explodes. Like has that sort of Santiago Jimenez type of season.
Yeah.
Type of thing, because yeah, he knows the league, man. Like he played in it last year. Like he's very familiar with it. He's good enough for the level, and you put him in a better team, man. Surely to God, there's some good things to happen there. There's a bit of a situation in goal. I think that Oduro fella, the under 23 kid, like hasn't played any of the preseason games, but he's back in training now or something after an injury. So he should, like, he is number one. I'm pretty sure, but we don't know if they're going to risk him or whatever. There might be more news actually from that, but yeah, from what I remember, obviously no Sugawara at right back. I think they've brought in a similar profile. I've never heard of him from the J League though. Is that what? I can't even see the shirt because it's so zoomed in. Is it a J League shirt?
I think it's Cerezo. The shirt.
It does look like Cerezo, doesn't it? Or Cerezo. Yeah, I was going to say that, but I couldn't actually make it out. Yeah. Okay. 26 though. Interesting.
100 capable.
Wow.
They know what they're shopping for.
Yeah. Japanese right backs know how to score 100. I'll tell you that for free, right? We know a couple of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's decent. Well, was decent. It's
had a bit of fun.
Fair play. Okay.
Wee bit of Japan action as well.
50 AA. Yeah, don't mind it. So he looks like he could fill in for Sugawara quite comfortably. Older profile as well, so more experience technically than Sugawara.
And we got 20 away to NEC. This is the NEC team on screen now. Again, a few familiar faces here. Verdonk, Marquez, Proper, Hoedemakers. And I think that might be it for me. I don't know if that Robber is a name, but he's not got a card, so I don't think that's a name. But yeah, NEC and 20.
Tough game for them, isn't it? I've been following the NEC stuff just because I ended up paveling in an NEC goalkeeper, hoping he would get number one, that Van Gassel, who was at Excelsior last season. But we've literally found out today that Robin Roos is going to be number one. So another under 23 keeper. Van Gassel was shocking in preseason. I watched the last couple of games and he didn't do himself any favors. So yeah, Roos definitely deserved it in that sense. And yeah, we thought Verdonk would leave, but he's somehow still around. Yeah, they're struggling up front. They got no firepower. I think Ogawa, Japanese lad, he's injured right now.
Yeah.
So they'll struggle to score goals NEC, it looks like. And then, yeah, with 20 playing midweek, I think they just lost to Salzburg, didn't they? Kjaersgaard scored a couple, I think. And yeah, I mean, there's a couple of rotational risks there, I guess, with the 60%ers, I think, from what I can see. But yeah, Lammers is back. Or Lammers, sorry.
Yeah.
Your arch nemesis.
Hardly. And then the last game we've got is Groningen in the Eredivisie. This is at home to NEC Breda. We've got Etienne Vassen having make the move up the food chain of the Eredivisie as it is now. Leandro Bacuna, is that the old school Leandro Bacuna that used to play for Villa?
I think so, yeah, because he is from like Curacao, isn't he? So I'd assume
It could be,
basically Dutch. He might. I don't even know where he was born. He might have been born in the Netherlands. But yeah, I know he's got a brother as well, hasn't he? That was at Birmingham. Leandro was at Cardiff not too long ago. So
nice.
Yeah, two newly promoted sides, Quinny, in Groningen and NEC Breda playing each other.
I was going to say that about Groningen because I'm not used to seeing their logo recently. It struck me as different. So yeah,
they got relegated. Remember, like Sørloth was there like the season before last. They went down. He moved. Keep an eye on that. Jonas Hove, is it? See, go back to Groningen a minute. He's Johan Hove. Keep an eye on him. He's still under 23. He was on set pieces last season for the season before last. Sorry, I don't know how well he did in the second division, but he's still around. He was pretty good. He had a couple of good games. I remember a couple of seasons ago.
He's not too bad. Just dragged up the Sorare data. It's not too bad at all.
Yeah, if he takes set pieces, it could be quite fun. They've
got a big Stam at the back as well here. Finn Stam. I wonder if that's a son of Yap. That'd be fun. But yeah, that's both those teams, and I think that kind of Leo Grimil, a former
where's he from?
Austrian. In Austria when Nick first came on, he was one of the high scoring defenders, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's fun. What did we have next? Was it Turkey or Portugal? We'll maybe do Portugal next because it's easy just to swat away. Like just do.
Yeah, it's only like 3 teams, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so we'll look at Sporting. I think they're back tonight by all accounts. So they're at home to Rio Ave. And I'm not sure if it's Rio Ave, but I know Ian Cathro has went back. I think he's a first-team manager on his own right now in Portugal. So maybe we'll see another team do halfway decent. I can't remember who he got the job for, but it used to be at Rio Ave, which is why that little member berry came to me. But we've got Humeland, if that's how you say it, and Morita in the engine room. Front three is pretty damn strong, isn't it? And the back three. And who the hell is this keeper, Harry? How many keepers are they running about with?
They just bought him from either Poland or somewhere in Europe. Serbia, maybe. I can't remember where exactly. But yeah, they just paid, I can't remember what it was, maybe $1 million or so for him. But yeah, they've got like him. They got that Israeli guy, isn't it? Obviously, they've got rid of a Dan. Yeah, but he has cards, so people can play him. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know about the Bass situation. I'm personally not risking him this weekend. From what I've seen that the flip could be it's basically Diomande or the Bast. From what I've the managers come out and said basically the Bast needs to get better eerily, and sort of be a bit stronger in that department or something, and Diomande is strong there or something. So that's what I've seen. So yeah, be cautious with the Bast. Yeah, I'm not too confident that he plays, to be honest.
This could be a shaky one then. I think there's like 3 or 4 cards you can pick out of that team, but and be quite comfortable with, and maybe
just go in and see if you've got him.
Yeah, minimize the risks. And again, I was listening to one of your videos, Harry, and you're talking about this Ivan Yami guy, or Ivan Jamie, or whatever. He's not on to play on this one, so maybe we'll see him impact from the bench. This Porto team, post Sergio Conceição, isn't it now? He's left, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Memory serves right. So, yeah, again, similar to Feyenoord, first time in a while we've had a significant change of manager where it's a guy that's been there, had a style of play, had some success, and now there's this kind of change of the guard tactically, as it were. Nico Gonzalez, Grujic, and Alan Varela doesn't strike me as a very creative attacking midfield base. I know they've got Nico Gonzalez appearing to be a number 10 here, but it's not really his bag. Grujic is fine, but funny team.
They're missing loads of players though. Like Wendell's injured, Pepe's injured, Conceição's injured. Evan Nielsen was with the Brazil team. Like, they're missing like 5 stars. I would maybe 6. That Borges might be leaving. I've seen somebody's come in for like 9 mil for him. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah,
maybe
I've
an
seen that
English
too,
side.
actually. Borges, yeah.
Like, yeah, he's definitely going somewhere, or somebody definitely really wants him.
Like Brighton or Bournemouth or something, into
Pepe
Brentford.
retired, of course. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. I thought it was Anderlecht, but it's not Anderlecht. They're after somebody else, I think. Yeah, big. There is 2 Pepes. There's not any more. There's only one.
Yeah. We've got a Braga team here. So we've got Moutinho, we've got Salazar, we've got all the cards, Bruma. It's good to see that we've got a wee team for them, and all the good boys are on to play. And where the hell's Benfica? Oh, they're there. Wait, Famalicão. So here's a Benfica team: Pavlidis, Prestiani. Oh, this looks a lot. Oh, Barriero and Flolu in the engine room. Yeah, Nicholas Besti at left back. Like, this feels like the strongest team we've looked at to me, in a way.
Probably, yeah. I agree with you. Prestiani's looked unbelievable in pre-season. I think he's got the nod over maybe Kochu there in the 10. They've obviously lost Rafa, lost João Neves. Ronaldo Sanchez is back home. But yeah, Barreiro came in on a free, which is an interesting profile. I think I've been a bit of a fan of his for a little while now, because I had his card to play in like the Nations Leagues for Luxembourg. Sorry. Yeah, obviously Jean Mario are now, so similar players to last year. But yeah, Beste is a massive one. Pavlidis has looked insane in pre-season. Like, he is raring to go. I think we could see maybe he's nowhere near as good as Gyökeres, but like, we could maybe see a very similar output to last season, goals wise, because he's looked really good. Like, I don't think he's the most aesthetically pleasing footballer in the world, Pavlidis, but he does just score goals by brute force, and it doesn't really matter how they're going at the end of the day. But yeah, Prestiani in the 10 could be really, really fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing Renato Sanchez playing for Benfica again. And Renato Sanchez, like when he first broke out at Benfica and subsequently with Portugal when they won the Euros, he was playing like right mid and left mid, but as a centre mid, but he would just be in those zones. Fitness and injuries has been his main problem in his career, obviously. So I don't know if he's quite got the engine for that. But when you see João Mario and Arunes are in those positions, I know they've got Di Maria floating about. Maybe they can mix it up once in a while. But if you're thinking, Renato's not going to get into this centre kind of trident, I don't think that's a big worry. If he's back and he's proper, like, he could end up anywhere in this team. Big Renato fan, but it's a long way yet. He's only 5% on to play. But I'm just excited. Hopefully he gets his career back on track. But yeah, I think Benfica, easily the strongest team we've looked at there so far. And we've got Turkey to look at next. But yeah, the PSV team was strong. But yeah, I said to you before, I thought Benfica were quite low on that. And I know for Millicao, we give them props and Benfica away or whatever, but like, Benfica could rinse like big time. At best, they could get 100. That Barriero could push an 80. And then there's about 3 or 4 other players that are going to be 70 plus as well, isn't there?
A couple of goals, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 2-0 really. But they could, like, if anyone's gonna concede, it is probably Benfica. That doesn't mean to say they're not going to win the game, but like, I do worry. Yeah, I just think being away from home, I don't know what I'm like with away fixtures. To be fair though, Porto are always prone to concede, despite being home or away. So that I'm not writing them off or Gil Vicente off in that sense, but I do just think, I do foresee Millicao giving them a tough game. But I still see them winning.
Yeah, I'll use that little segue of teams I thought should have been a little bit higher, and we'll just rattle out the Danish stuff nice and quickly, then we'll get to Turkey because that's a bit busier. But this is Midtjylland. They are at home to Velge, however you want to say it. This is their team. I'm not too up on many of them, but Adam Buxa did pick up an injury, so that's a bit of a midweek development for any of you guys that are holding or playing. Otherwise, I think the team is kind of predictable enough for the most part. We also have a Brøndby predicted lineup here, which is just saying Was and Suzuki and Kleiber probably won't play, but the defender cards and the goalkeeper will. So, cool. At least it's telling us something.
They got beat in Europe yesterday 3-2, so they basically got the biggest game of their careers next week. Yeah. So, yeah, they'll all be rested.
And then we've got Copenhagen, a predicted team for them. Again, we're only featuring the cards in this for this week. Maybe it's just a little bit last minute and they're just prioritising important stuff. But Magnus Mattsson in the playmaker role, Chips, Cheese and Pussy, El Yunusi out in the left wing, son of the King Larson out on the right. Berger Mealing in left back. Nathan Trott, the guy with how many cards was it? 3?
3, I think, on the platform now. Yeah, but was 9 at some point.
yeah, of course. So.
Yeah, we don't know where the 6 have gone. They're just in the ether somewhere.
Was it me and you? We were on OpenSea after the stream, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We're like, oh crap, we forgot to actually go and check OpenSea for Nathan Trotts. And we found some cards, by the way. We found some cards on OpenSea. I don't think any of them were competitively priced right enough. And there was no Nathan Trotts, sadly. But yeah, so there's the kind of Danish action out of Challenger. And that'll bring us into the Superliga, which I think the top team was it Fener? It was Fenerbahce, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fener and then Gala not too far behind.
And Fener, wow, by the way, Galatasaray have been so good, right? But see, for the last couple of years, I always look at the business Fenerbahce doing, you think, wow, man, they really are building a big team here. Maybe could win a Europa League, maybe get to a Champions League quarter-final or something. They're building a big outfit here. And looking at this team, they're rotating because they've had the midweeks. But to rotate Dzeko for NEC, to rotate Ayadin for ASM, Alan Saint-Maximin, you still get Tadic in there, Nat Kavice, the young guy, Rada Krunic and Szymanski in the middle. The back four's quality as well. They've still got Ferdi. He's probably leaving shortly, you would think. Mm-hmm. And I think Livakovic is beginning to divide opinion in Turkey with his goalkeeping acumen, as it were. But that's a rotated team. That's a proper outfit.
Yeah, no, they need to, right? They need to have this kind of strength because Gala are no mugs, as we obviously know, and Besiktas have strengthened as well. So yeah, the league is definitely getting more competitive, but by the year for sure.
Mishu and Maestro in the engine room for
what a second name that is. Or maybe it's just one name. Maybe it's just Maestro.
And we're not getting Adana cards anymore, are we?
No.
No Maestro cards. No Maestro cards.
They're missing a trick there, aren't they?
No Maestro's gutted. So yeah, really good one for Fener. Where were the points will be gone? I think it is that whole midfield 4. I know Krunic hasn't quite delivered to the promise I thought he had in this setup, but I think ASM, Szymanski, Tadic, they could all rinse big numbers if Fener do well. And in the series, he's double decisive capable in a team like this in any match, I think, So yeah, that's a really good team.
Yeah. I was just going to say they're going to want to get this game wrapped up 60th. So if it's 2-0, whatever, 1-0 maybe, they're going to bring off most of the main boys there. So you just got to hope that they do the business before that. That applies to a lot of teams this weekend. A lot of teams will do 60 minutes worth of whatever, and they'll have to rotate because of the midweek coming up.
Then you look at this Galatasaray team just bringing in Gabriel Sara and still held on to everyone, I think, that they would want to, really.
Yeah.
Really good team, man.
Well, they might be losing that Kareem Ataroglu or whatever his name is, right?
Yeah,
there's something going on with that.
Yeah, when I see that, but I think they can't really afford to lose many Turkish players, Galatasaray.
No, but there's no rule anymore, Quinny. There's no Turkish rule. I got told last night, but I got told by a boy on Discord that there's no rule anymore. There's no foreign rule. So
Galatasaray they've known that was coming because Galatasaray so fucking lopsided with that rule.
They've been playing with fire for a while, haven't they?
They fucking knew it, didn't they?
Yeah, they obviously paid them off, haven't they? Come on, man.
Besiktas, don't write them off, says the comment section. They beat Gala 5-0 in pre-season. And again, Besiktas, oh, look at this. This is the away team. Oliver and Cham, Carlo Holsa. Anyone else we know? Okay, probably cannon fodder, but that was fun to see come on screen. I thought Cham played for Besiktas for a second there. But Besiktas have got Ciro Immobile up front. Is this not a Turkish signing if ever you've heard of it?
Rafa and Immobile as a 10 and a 9 signing. That is just screams Turkey, doesn't it? It kind of screams Saudi, but I'm quite glad that they've still got utility for people that have those cards. So, kudos to you.
Al-Musrati, is he a guy that maybe went to Saudi and came back or something like that? Is he?
I do recognize the name, yeah. They've got Semi on the left, Rashik on the right.
Right, when I see that Al-Musrati, he reminds me of, I don't know if it is him, but there was a guy that did really well at Braga or something like that. He went to Saudi quite early. He was like a big midfielder guy, and he had a name like Al-Musrati.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of what was his name? He was Portuguese, I think, and he was a smasher. Oh,
and he had like a Islam name, didn't he? Like Al Baba or something. I can't remember.
Reminiscing.
Did they have Benfica cards, this guy? I don't think he had any.
No, not him. Sorry, the guy I'm on about. Pivy. What's his name?
Oh, maybe he didn't go to Saudi. Maybe this is the guy I'm thinking of, but he never went to Saudi. Because this guy says he is from Brugge, so maybe that is who I'm thinking of. Al Musrati. Yeah, this is a fun team as well. Gabriel Paulista, Jonas Svensson, the Bond villain, in at right back.
Junior Onana, fun player.
Yeah.
Pizzi, that's it. Mikey Baston. Yeah. Pizzi, remember him? He was a bit of a smasher.
He was cheat codes. Had a good time in Turkey as well.
Yeah, a couple of good players there.
Any other games in Turkey we want to look at?
Well,
I'll put Trabzonspor on. Yeah, I'll put Trabzonspor on. Stefan Savic will play. Yes. Go me. I've got a defender. John Lundstrom's in the team. Jesus.
They played yesterday, by the way, Quinny, and got beat by Rapid Vienna, I believe.
Slap in the face.
Yeah, away. I think Trabzonspor were home as well.
I think they were.
Massive loss, yeah.
I'm just going to click on another team or two just to see. So we've got Kasim Pasa playing Konyaspor. Fine. Let's check the matchups tab. Was there another game or two that was jumping up on us from Turkey?
Belgium, but yeah, nothing else in Turkey, I wouldn't say. Yeah.
Well, maybe just slide across. Let's see Besiktas there. Alanyaspor. Let's look at Alanyaspor. I don't want to feel like I'm selling Turkey short. They're playing Ajax, which is a team I've never heard of, so that must mean they're brand new to the division. Alanyaspor, do they have anyone exciting in this team? I wouldn't say so. Not that I'm aware of anyway. But yeah, they've got a good game.
What about Antalyaspor, Quinny? The one against Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's a fun team. Mr. Ginepo up front, our front three.
Sam Larson. Yeah.
Yeah, we Sam Larson. Yeah, that's fun. Awesome. And then, Belgium. Let's do Belgium. I just see the time and realise, let's do Belgium. That's good timing. I think we're a bang on schedule, kind of. Not that we have a schedule.
Yeah.
But in Belgium, who was top? Who was top?
Antwerp, actually.
Ooh.
Antwerp, Cercle Bruges, but they've been horrendous so far. Anderlecht, actually, not too far below. Honestly, there's actually not that many amazing Belgium fixtures this weekend. I mean, on a bit of a side note, Quinny, like the Belgium league so far, 2 games in, I know it's really early, but like we've seen some weird things happen. Like Dender are unbeaten. We got Westerlo top of the league. I know it's 2 games, but like Club Brugge can't win for Toffee. Genk can't score a goal. It's been a weird one. Really, really strange so far. Obviously, 2 games in, can't read into it too much, but it's a weird one.
Kennedy Katie here with the breaking news. Boss is confirmed, no Teze.
I ended up trading out my Teze for a Sikwe. Super rare.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, it was a few other bits as well, but yeah, I can't afford to have a Teze that playing for Monaco. I don't even play Champ, right? So, but yeah, that's interesting. No Teze.
Monaco is going to. That'll be good for him. That could be a good move.
Yeah. He's okay.
Mate, Monaco have got some defenders that score big.
They do, but not compared to PSV. Nothing. He's
never not as regular. Not as regular.
And he's a champ. He's a champ guy now. Like he's not a little challenger boy. It's a big difference. He might do okay. But things good. What's his name? Wanderson. He's class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right back. So big competition. I don't think he just walks.
And Singo. And Chao Henrique.
Yeah, Singo. Yeah, but they're left back, centre backs, right?
Yeah, but they're still defenders.
They're good teams. Good players. I agree, but I just mean like for competition for Teze, like I can't see him just walking in. Did you see mine on a random one? Their goalie's out for 2 months. Majewski.
I seen that on the timeline.
Snapped his ankle or something.
So Philip Cohen's coming back.
Yeah.
So we've got what team is this again? St Truden. This was on screen. It looks really strong, by the way. Like very J-League, must be said. Leo Kukubo, Taniguchi, Ogawa, Fujita, Yamamoto, Ito. That's half the team.
They're all back from the Olympics. So I think this is why they've struggled so far because all their main players were at the Olympics.
And then there's the Antwerp team one more time. You said Cercle Bruges for second, didn't you? Let's have a wee peek at Cercle Bruges. They're playing Beerschot. Denke in attack. And again, Cercle Bruges have had midweek football to contend with. So maybe there's a wee bit of that to watch out for. Jesper Daland in defence. Hannes Verbruggen, the man with 2 thumbs in midfield. Warlison in goals.
They haven't got going either yet. Like you said, I think they got battered yesterday again in Europe. Or maybe they're out already. No, they got battered last week. But yeah, newly promoted.
Yeah. Kilmarnock put them out, didn't they? And that was Conference League, so they're out of Conference League. Yeah, it wasn't Europa League. Yeah, of course. And then let's see. We'll just work our way from the bottom. So this is Charleroi at home to Ghent. This is the team for Charleroi on screen. Adam Zorgan, sorry, I beg your pardon. Stele Sandreu. Fine. Ghent. There's a bit of hopes for them this year until the outgoing departure, of course, of Desart, and still a wee bit of discovery for what they'll be like. But like you say, Harry, nobody's really been kicked into gear. Delorge Nieper isn't in the team here. Gandelman is back in the picture. Ishmael Kundus is good to see back, as well as Watanabe, David Oath. They could be okay, I suppose, couldn't they? But it's not amazing looking.
Do you see who they're signing?
No.
Of course, from the J League. Atsuki Ito. You are
from the J League.
Yeah.
You said J League, and for some reason I heard Eredivisie. I don't know why. I was like, who's that guy? Oh, but a guy from Urawa. Nice.
Yeah, he's their best player by a mile. I've had his card since last season's collection. It's kind of the only good card that's come out of that collection, to be fair, maybe. But yeah, he's signing for Ghent, it looks like. Centre midfielder, yeah.
Oh, we did Antwerp already, sorry. This is Genk at home at Club Brugge. They're probably the big game of the weekend. They'll be on all the Belgian TVs.
Wait there. Why is Henrik van Kronberg at 65? What is going on, Quinny? That has changed. That is a big change.
Oh, good spot, Harry boy. Was it Penders yesterday?
Wait there. I'm just having a look in the Discord. Neither Cuesta or Cuesta's not going to play. Penders was present at all training sessions, but he might be bench. Wants somebody with more experience. Ooh, Quinny. Now that
it's a game changer.
Yeah, I have an in-season HVC. Some deadline drama for us then, Quinny.
Yeah, deadline drama.
That could be big, mate.
OG Hatchie, good to see you. Lots of new names in the chat today. Love to see it, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Now, me and Harry Boy, I think we're almost finished up with challengers before we get into contenders. But if you're just joining the show now, there's over 210 of you here with us at the moment. So thanks very much for joining in on the show today. We actually have a giveaway to do. I got my first ever buy one, get one free situation. I went and got Plan C for the SPFL Special Weekly, and I got a James Forrest in, and I was luck-boxed in with a Liam Polworth. We're going to give this away at the end of the stream towards the deadline. Hopefully this will get into one of your teams or help you get a team off the ground perhaps as well. So we'll be giving that away later in the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, Twitch or Twitter, please do hit the like button, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Just let whatever platform we're on know you're having a good time and we're getting stuck into all the good stuff here on the channel as we hurtle towards the deadline, and we'll be giving away that in-season Liam Polworth later on, as Harry has some deadline drama of his own now to wrestle with later in the stream today. And Van Kronbruge looks to come in. To be honest with you, I think, again, a lot of these teams have changed so much for me over a summer or two. I don't think I recognise many of these players, even from the predicted 11 we seen last week. Like Arokadori, if that's how you say it, Yarasor. Maybe they just didn't have pictures before, but I don't know. But Ken Nakuba, I don't think, 3 or 4 of these guys I've ever seen before.
They were all there last year, to be fair. They've been there for 18 months. The only new ones is Struckers. Struckers was at St. Trudens. Smith was at the same club. Federa was there last year. I don't know why he hasn't got a picture, to be fair. That's weird. But honestly, I don't know about that midfielder, the Bangura guy, even though he's got a kit. I've not. He's supposed to be actually really good, but I've not. He didn't play last season at all. But yeah, Club Rouge, tough game.
Yep. And Hans is here for his 7th season on Sorare or something like that.
He's been a perfect hole, by the way. No ambition at all. Yep. Stays in the same league. Captain, plays every game on pens. What more do you want? Or was on pens.
Nusa, Skov Olsen, Kuiper and Sequay. Those wide areas is where it's all happening, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But Siolis might get dropped, it looks like. He's obviously big summer signing. Hasn't really hit the ground running first couple of games. I know it's early, but they've got so much depth, like you just mentioned there. They've got 4 really good wingers basically for 2 spots. So there's gonna be that contemplation, that uncertainty at times because they're all just very good. If Nusa leaves, then obviously that does open up Siolis as that sort of left winger, probably quite locked. But yeah, we'll see. Have you seen on another
No
loan,
way.
Cypher might be going to Fener? Chelsea, man. Honestly, I don't know what to even say about them. I'm not even going to think about that because it's just embarrassing. Not that Pedro Neto's not a good player, but Jesus fucking Christ, what are we doing?
He's brilliant, but
He's
what
class,
did he do?
yeah. Mental, mate. Mental.
I had to get go. Sorry, I totally derailed me, Harry. What did you just say?
I was just saying, if Ferdy goes to Brighton, like it looks like, Disciper's been sort of dubbed as 2.0, same haircut, same style of play. He's just perfect for that role for them. So yeah, I think he might end up moving. I think in the next week or so, if all that Ferdy stuff goes through.
My first instinct on that Chelsea thing, which made me laugh, was I thought it was just Neto from Bournemouth.
Oh, right. The keeper.
Yeah. That was the very first thing I seen when I read the messages. Chelsea linked to Neto. I was like, what? But yeah, all the same.
Mental.
But yeah, Anderlecht at home to Leuven. This is Anderlecht team here. We're seeing for Sharon again. We're seeing Leone again. Stroikens, Dreyer. This is quite consistent, this team. Giancarlo Simic, Koosmans and Vertonghen in that defensive little trident. Yeah, that seems a pretty solid team, quite consistent.
Yeah, standard team there. They obviously missing Hazard still injured. I think they are looking to still bring in a keeper. They are interested in Butez, but they want to try and double bluff Antwerp and basically just like hold out until the end of the transfer window, so like they can drop their price. Basically, is what I've seen.
Interesting.
So Koos the Goose, as Sam Ty calls him, lives to see another day.
And they're at home to Leuven, who have Maziz in attack, Conan Jocelyn in attack alongside him. Who else do we have here that's interesting? Ewood Pletnicek, Akimoto, Toby Lyson, even Shrivers. There's some decent guys here.
Good team, yeah. They've looked good the last couple of games.
The other Balikwisha?
Yeah, older brother Balikwisha. Yeah, they got a good team.
And then Westerlo at home to USG. This is the Westerlo team on screen for us now. Big Vuskovic looks to be back from his injury. Brian Reynolds, who you picked up for 70p, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah. Sinan Bola, Nicholas Madsen. There's some players here that we know. A few guys that I've never heard of either, like Sayad Manish and Alcocer.
He's really good. I got outbid on his. Basically, he got his cards minted late. Just missed out on a rare. He's actually under 23 as well, Quinny. He scored like 80, 88 back to back, basically, in 2 games. I'm now thinking,
love it.
That's amazing. But yeah, they're looking exciting, Westerlo. I know it's early on, but they're top of the league. And who'd they turn over last game, which was a big result? They turned someone over, and it was Mekulan, but they beat him like 4-2, and I was just, I don't know. They've looked pretty good.
And they're at home to USG. If you can look good against USG, then you might go the distance in Belgium, Strong team again. I think the back three is full strength there. And again, with the transfers, I just don't know a lot of these guys, like Terho, Kevin Rodriguez. These are 2 new guys to me, certainly. Eckert, I think, has been floating about for a while. Puertas is the main guy. Castro Montes has been around for a bit. But, it's kind of, maybe not all the way new look, but the USG continue to sell,
Yeah, their model still kind of works and whatever, but results have not been good. I think they got battered in Europe as well. Maybe last night, it was this week, because that guy Fusaini, who's 10% behind that Kevin Rodriguez, he got sent off. I saw on SofaScore. So yeah, maybe he's lost his head and his spot maybe in the team, but he's supposed to be a good forward actually. Yeah, I've seen people saying that Anthony Morris doesn't deserve to be the goalie. Apparently he's been shaky, like on Twitter and stuff. Like some of the Belgium accounts are saying that they're gonna keep trusting him or whatever. But yeah, it doesn't look great for him right now. Apparently,
a bit ropey. And then we've got the new boys Dender with Michael Verrips in goals, Nathan Rhodes in midfield, and Nisimba in attack. And they're playing Kortrijk. This is the Kortrijk team. They've got Ferry and Ambrose up front together, which last week it was an either or between the 2 of them. So I'm not sure if someone else is out, if this is a tactical development, but that's their 2 guys that can score goals. Kaneko.
Yeah, they're basically going 2 9s, I think, is what I've heard. So Kadri's come back in. I know, I think we mentioned last week he was due to kind of leave. He still might leave, but was obviously great for them last season. But yeah, 2 9s worked well last week. And that means, Kaneko misses out. Sorry, it looks like.
And then we've got Standard Liège at home to Mechelen. Standard Liège team looks halfway good, doesn't it? I think we said that last week. They're decent enough. Maybe missing a bit of real quality,
Maybe
but
up front, yeah.
The tidy team, top to back to front, certainly. That goalkeeper is going to look good.
For the goalie, he's done well. Big David Bates against his old boys.
That's it. Zero Van Hoosten, back starting. Rob Schuss, Nicholas Storm, old favourites back again. Orton de Wolf, as we mentioned last week, in the nets for this team as well. So, challengers got a lot of competition, eh?
Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Like outside of the smashers, like I said, Belgium this week don't have anything stand out. Like there's nothing that on paper screams 80, 80, 80, 80 across 5 cards, right? But someone's going to get it. Like there will be something that happens where it might come from 2 or 3 teams. It might not come from all the same stack, which is fine. But yeah, there'll be some good scores. It's just really hard to gauge right now. Like someone said in the chat, like week 1 Belgium is so different to week 5 because transfer windows close and teams get their players ready and 11's all sorted. So yeah, take it all with a pinch of salt, I think, right now. But some fun matchups to be had for sure.
Ben Crockett's asking, what app or website is this? So we've been using our predicted 11s for the game week deadline show on Predictor FY, and it's free at the moment, but I don't think that will be the way it goes when the season kicks off proper. So get supporting it, get signed up, get using it as much as you can, and then see what you need to use when the season rolls out and they start charging for it. Bullet with Standard Liège on set pieces.
Yeah, ex Dinamo Zagreb player.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Good player.
Again, I read that and I just seen Sinan Bullet, the goalkeeper, in my head. Like, what?
Oh, that's amazing.
My head's been in the blender for a couple of days, guys, so thanks for bearing with me and everything else. But yeah, that's the long and short of it for Challenger. Let's have a look at the matchups tab, Harry Boy, for Contender. We expect to see the Scottish boys running top, but who else has got something to fight for, I wonder?
It's got to be China-based, hasn't it? Outside of... Well, yeah, China do dominate with Shanghai Shenhua at the top, 85%. Melgar in Peru, LDU up there, obviously.
We beat Russia.
We don't speak about. Salzburg, but they played midweek, so a little bit of rotation maybe there. Universidad Catalonia. Obviously, your boys, if you want to get Celtic up. But after that, Moscow have looked good, obviously, with Barco. Russia's got a little trio going on here. Lask, not too bad. Strum Graz as well. River Plate. So, yeah, the usual suspects are there, but it doesn't feel as obvious as Challenger does this week, as far as you can kind of probably pinpoint where the 80s to 100s are going to come from, maybe at a quite obvious guess. Here, I mean, Celtic, Barco, the Zenit boys, but they're playing Dynamo Moscow. That's the first v second. I know it's early in the league, but it's not a gimme for Zenit, but they have looked really good. Rivers at home, so you'll see the Paulo Diaz and Armani defensive stacks everywhere, of course. Outside of that, though, Quinny, I mean, we're down to the 50%ers already, so it's there's nothing too obvious, I don't think. If outside of that sort of top 15. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I think Contenders is, I'm not going to say wide open, but I definitely think there's room for things to happen for you this weekend, or anyone this weekend playing Contenders.
Yeah, especially with the big teams being like Celtic and Rangers, obviously having this SPFL special weekly. You expect there's, you only 3 in-season cards for that, so there'll be a few more Matt O'Reillys and a few more of those types of cards maybe sucked out into that division. But we'll start with Rangers are the top. Let's start with LDU de Quito. Let's not start with Rangers. Oh, I pressed a button and Harry disappeared. It wasn't the button I was intending to press, but I don't think it was anything to do with my button. But here's LDU de Quito. They are the top licensed team that we have, Harry Boy, for... Oh, Harry's gone again. We had this glitch the other day, actually. I don't know why. This is the team for LDU de Quito anyway. And we'll get the SPFL back up and we'll have a look at Rangers, who do have the best game in Scotland at home to Motherwell. There's Harry Boy back with us. All good, Harry?
Yeah, I don't know what happened then. It literally just You like froze, and then I was just kicked out. Yeah, weird.
I went to change tab over here. I don't think that's what it was, but we did LDU to keep real quickly. There's hardly any cards even registered with them. It looks like that have been minted. This is the Rangers team on screen, and I must say, like, the Rangers team looks like a pretty good SO5 team at the moment. With Robin Proper coming in, with Cherny coming in, obviously Butland and Tavernier. You've seen the clean sheet stack up for them. Even Tavernier, without doing anything, still brought in like a 60 or something mental. So this will be a formidable stack. I'm not too sure where the better players are outside of Butland and Tavernier. Like Cherny's a forward, maybe that's the one you want. But then midfield or double defence selections, it might be a wee bit more up in the air. So I think Rangers probably win this game. The Motherwell have the ability to break the clean sheet. I'm not too confident on that. Lennon Miller's only at 60%. Wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play this game. And as you can see here, it's going to be backs to the wall for Motherwell. Probably going to be a decent victory for Rangers after coming back from being down midweek in European football as well. So Rangers are not at home. They've had problems with their stadium renovations and they've not had any steel delivered from China or something like that. They don't think they're going to receive the steel until like October or November. It's been a bit of a joke in Scotland. We've all been making fun of them. But they're playing their games at Hampden. So it's not really at home, but it's not really away either, you know, but bigger pitch, big pitch, which for teams like Motherwell, it's not going to help them.
Yeah. Yeah, it plays into Rangers' hands there, doesn't it, big time?
Yeah. So one to note for you guys that aren't in Scotland and maybe haven't caught that. So I seen Harry surprised there. I thought it was just kind of everywhere because it's on my timeline. But yeah, the stadium's in disrepair and they need steel to be delivered from China, and it's not a game. Yeah. It's just a joke. China. This is so Celtic go away to Hibs to Easter Road. It's me and McBride were doing the preview for this on Celts Here YouTube last night. It's not always a happy hunting ground for us. You know, there's been a draw, there's been some tight games. Alistair Johnson has been injured twice in a row playing at Easter Road just by sheer coincidence. Not through pitches or anything like that. But anyway, this is the Hibs team on screen in case you're mad enough to play any of them. And the Celtic team looks to be copy-paste from last week. I don't think you can expect to see any changes. Resounding winners on Flag Day. Me and McBride were in attendance, top of the league. And I've been saying it, guys, and I'm going to keep saying it, but Celtic are a genuine clean sheet machine in the making here. Neto off to Chelsea for 60 million. It looks like that one's progressed quite quickly. But yeah, we've seen a great shift from Taylor. Like Taylor was inverted fullback on steroids last weekend. Like he was popping up in right mid, second striker, overloading on the left. Like Taylor was everywhere. I think this will be a good game for the fullbacks, but I think every player's on for a good match here, to be quite frank. I don't think there's a bad player to be picked. It's just about finding the peaks. And I've just got me notification that I got a notification just as we started the stream, Harry, that Hebert had got a line clearance or a last man tackle or something.
No way.
And I've just got a notification saying he scored a goal. So maybe he's going to throw a 4-man team into cap 270 rewards or something like that. What did I even have him in? Oh, yeah, we are. I'm in 91st all of a sudden. I'll have a wee card to open tonight. Look at that. Captain as well. Love that. What was it? A last man tackle. Fucking love that. Big Hebert. Love that.
By the way, Neto has gone to Chelsea. It's done.
It's done.
David Ornstein's just created it, basically. They've reached an agreement. Mental. Absolutely mental.
I'll be interested to break that one down later on. Maybe record a wee video on that. But yeah, Celtic, Rangers, it's going to be between the two of them, I think. Aberdeen versus St Mirren is a good kind of matchup as well. I'm not too confident on Miovski playing this. I'm pretty sure he's on his way to Girona, is he not? So maybe investigate that further. Mm-hmm. But I did say McGrath was going to be brilliant this year, and he started the season off in a big way. And yeah, the team looks pretty solid front to back. But St Mirren, pretty solid team as well. And this is going to be a tough one for goalkeepers. It's going to be a tough one for getting a high scoring, because this could be like 0-0, 1-1, you know, two top teams maybe cancelling each other out to some extent. We've then got Ross County, who Ross the Boss Laidlaw was one of the highest scoring goalkeepers last week, which was great for me, outscoring Kasper Schmeichel. But they're at home at Dundee United, who had a thriller of a Dundee derby to open the season. And yeah, like they're at home. They've obviously lost Danda, but yeah, let's see just how they shake out. Dundee United, it looks like they're going with Trapanovsky, Van der Sande and Miller-Thompson as a front three, to their own dismay. Declan Gallagher, Ross Graham, Jack Walton, Kevin Holt, the defence. So, like, no real thoughts on how this goes. But Dundee did well in the derby, and they've got some players in their ranks that are really up for it. Manager as well got a lot of plaudits last year. And again, like the team isn't really any weaker or any different, I suppose, to last week. Simon Murray, Luke McCowan, Portalis, the main players are all there. But they're playing Hearts, who drew 0-0 with Rangers last week, got a lot of praise and a lot of plaudits. And the team for Hearts is like if Celtic and Rangers weren't in the league, Hearts would be kind of like the Bayern Munich situation here, where they've just been going around and getting the players from the other teams that are really good and just absorbing them, making their team better. And, we've got Prentice starting. Jerry Taylor got rave reviews last week for his game against Rangers. Really high energy fullback by all accounts. Danda over Spittle, Barry Mackay over Kingsley, Shanklin still in, Kenny Vargas over Forrest. I've got so many options. Boateng, who was great at Dundee in spells last year, has been signed as well. He's on the bench. So, could be a really good year for Hearts. And the draw last week will only be worth something decent if they beat Dundee this weekend, because after 2 games, 4 points is something they would see as a W, I'm sure. But yeah, if they drop points here, it kind of goes against that draw that they've got against Rangers. And then we've got Liam Polworth in the heart of the midfield for Kilmarnock. Rebound from drawing with Tromsø midweek, home at St Johnstone. This is their team on screen, as you can see here, for the most part. Pretty strong. Donnelly, Polworth, Lyons, Armstrong and Kennedy. Like that midfield 5 is really what makes this team. Really high energy, physical guys going up and down the pitch. And the rest of the team kind of picks itself, I suppose. St Johnstone, we have Josh Ray still in goals. Still no place for Graham Carey, it looks like. I'm not too up on the rest of the team, to be honest with you. But that's all we have for Scotland. Should be, Celtic and Rangers. Then there's a bit of... If Aberdeen and St Mirren were playing some different teams, maybe one of them would be in with a bit of a shout. There's some maybe individuals across these games that we've looked at that could stand out. But otherwise, I think it's all about the Glasgow teams this weekend, as far as this region goes. Do we have China? We do have... No, this is... Switzerland, I beg your pardon. I thought we had China on this. Maybe it's just... is it? No, maybe it's not. We've got Croatia here. So I know Zagreb have got a good game. They are away to Osijek. Although I don't know how good a game that is, because Osijek aren't terrible, certainly. But this is the Osijek team. And then there's the Zagreb team. I'm going to stop for a breath, Alex. I just realised I've rattled through everything quite quickly there.
Yeah. Someone did point out to us earlier that we didn't go through Championship, to be fair. So I don't know whether we'll have time or not. But yeah.
Miovski is in training today.
Interesting.
Vertonghen's out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, nice catch. Nice catch, Jonathan. Make sure you get that into the Discord for us. Lee
Carsley is the new England manager, or Lee Carsley is the new England manager?
As in, I was like, hang on a minute. Is he going to the MLS? I swear he's in contention for the England job. I genuinely thought that then.
Yeah, that's a good move from them. By all accounts, he's done a good job at B team level, and they're being a bit consistent in their selection. So, yeah, whatever. But yeah, here's the Zagreb team. I think the Hajduk split team is the one that I'm always most excited to check up on. They're away to Zagreb, Moscow. The Zagreb Moscow team is on screen here. And Hajduk, they've got Perisic, they've got Rakitic, they've got Krovanovic, they've got Levaya. Anyone else? I think that's kind of it, isn't it? But yeah, they've got all the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a few decent players for sure. Mind you, Zagreb haven't been great either so far.
And then Rijeka normally have a decent set up there away to Varaždin. This is the Varaždin team here, if you care. And Rijeka normally have a pretty good outfit. This is their team here. It looks like all guys that played last year. They've all got uniform pictures, which is good. So not much change to the team on the face of it.
Yeah. They played yesterday, though, so I am a little bit cautious with the Rijeka boys.
Fair. River? Now, you did say Armani, and it is Armani, but they did sign Ledesma. And yeah,
that's for next season, basically, or maybe, on like cup games and stuff, I think.
Stish's favourite ally. That's funny.
3 million to New England, sorry.
So you can't maybe see this because of the white writing, but it's Lanzini, Echeverri, Alejandro, and Mastuando. Now, this looks like River getting back to vintage River in terms of the levels of these guys, Not too up on the striker, this Adam Barriero guy or Roberto, but, yeah, a lot of good creation, a lot of good energy in there. And Kranovitter in the engine room as well. He was a guy that had a good reputation once upon a time. And they've got a guy called Helmet in it right back.
That's got to be Milton Casco. Surely, I can't see the picture very well, but
his first name's Milton.
Yeah, it's Milton Casco. That's funny. So
Milton
Casco must be Helmet then, yeah?
Maybe.
Milton Helmet. That's amazing.
Do we have Boca, or who else has got a good game in Argentina, Harry? I've lost your second screen, but if you've still got it there.
Not really anyone, to be honest, mate.
Here's the Boca team if anyone wants it. Decent.
Yeah, decent enough.
Racing Club, they've got cards.
Yep.
Of course, Arias plays for Racing. I was doing lineup builders last night and I thought Arias played in Mexico for some reason. And I was like, oh, is this League's Cup or something? Because they were playing a really low ranked team. And I just, Sausage Gimnasia La Plata, I'm just a tube. It's been a tough week for me, but yeah, just a wee bit of a thing. Rosario and those old boys will put those teams up because they've got cards. Franco Ibarra, Enzo Capete, Campaz, Jorg Brun. Those old boys on screen now. Ever Banega, such a crime he's never had a card. And yeah, I don't know anyone else there.
I think I'm just looking at some of the updates. Gus Till looks like he's in for PSV. Flamingo's gonna play right back apparently.
Nice, right back Flamengo. He's got that versatility. But Lask are playing Altac. So here's the Lask team. Here's the Altac team. Don't really know any of them. Salzburg, of course, at home at Blau Slins, if that's how you say it. Look, even if they do rotate, like they're probably still going to kill them. Really strong in every position here, really, aren't they? Again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Karsgaard looks like the boy this season, though, SL5 wise.
Yeah, he's been kind of popping really off recently, hasn't he? And then we've got Rapid Vienna, who I think you said had a good midweek result. This looks to be their team. Very unrecognisable for me. I don't really recognise anyone here in this setup outside the Heidel.
Yeah, they've got a few. That Sangare is looking really, really good. I've got that Dion Bello up front. He's on loan from Augsburg. He's looking really, really decent. Like a B-Tech Haaland. Sangare, Rux Yao. I think he's one of Stish's boys as well, centre half. Some good players there for sure.
Hebert just got an assist. Yay.
Wow.
Love it. Maurice Malone in attack here for Austria Vienna and in front of Dominic Fitz in the number 10 spot. Tin Plavetic is in centre back here. Sahin Radlinger in goals. Plavetic used to play for... He was another one of these wee guys that popped up as a good little cheap buy, but he played for someone crap. And he was a decent centre back, and it was just like if they don't concede 5, he might get a 60. Like
if they don't concede.
Alexander Dragovic there as well, bit of a veteran. That's fun to see.
Yeah.
And then we've got Sturm Graz at home at Hartberg. We've got Birif in attack, Kaitashvili, Boving, Gorenk Stankovic. Seen a lot of these guys last week, I think, didn't we? Sherpin in goals. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about... I know Mika Brieth, but yeah, not too familiar with the rest of their lads.
Let's have a wee peek at Russia because we've seen Spartak, Loco, and Zenit. So Zenit are at home at Dinamo. This is the Zenit team. Very well carded.
Yeah.
No goalkeeper.
Looking ridiculous right now. Like if Wendell, Santos, Glashenikov go off, which they do every week so far, I'll have done every week. Yeah, it's curtains, but it's not an easy game against Dynamo Moscow for sure.
Yeah, there's some players there for sure. I remember looking at them last week when we had them on. This is the Locomotive team. They're at home at Machikala. And this team has some cards, but I don't think any of these will be owning them. I don't think any of these guys are...
Yeah, not really.
I don't think any of them are guys as such, not question their sexuality or anything, but you know what I'm saying. Spartak Moscow. Looking a bit more top of the table, aren't they? Barco, Bongonda, Ugalde. Again, quite similar to what we've seen last week.
It's like a Zenit 2.0 there, isn't it? Like the Barco Ugalde situation, maybe Theo in there as well. I know there's no defender maybe that you'd want. I don't know how good that Shernikov is playing or the right back, Babic, centre half. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know Maximienko's been scoring pretty well. So he's returned from the dead as well. So yeah, it doesn't look like Zenit are necessarily going to just run away with it this year. Like Spartak was shocking last year, weren't they? So it kind of looks like maybe they've hopefully got their act together this season.
I didn't follow it at all. I'm just putting on Krasnodar and Seska on screen in case you've got any of those players. But yeah, I didn't follow I've not followed Russian football since it's been kind of unable to be watched and all the rest of it. But similar to Galatasaray, the joke we made earlier that they maybe knew that rule was coming down. Like the Russian teams have been signing guys again.
Yeah.
Like maybe they know something. Maybe they know they're coming back into UEFA. Maybe they'll get into Asian football. Maybe something will happen. But we'll see how it shakes out for them. And then elsewhere in contender, we don't have China here. I thought we did have China on this website. I don't know why. Galatasaray, do we have? Yeah, we do. We've got Rosenborg. Let's put that team up. Broholm, Naipan, Tagsev, Tangvik, your boy Pereira. Yeah, main guys.
Oh, Pereira's back. Nice. I actually got rid of him, but I've still got my Naipan, so I'll be loading him up somewhere.
Any strong games in the J League? Kashima versus Jubilee feels like a good game. Here's the Kashima team.
Kashima's the best, on paper.
Is it? That's a good guess.
Yeah. Not bad guess from you.
Mashida at home at Shonan Belmar. That's probably a good game as well.
Yeah, hopefully, not bad at all.
Hopefully a good wee clean sheet again for Tani. Sanfrecce have got a lot of powerful cards. Let's see if they're playing. Sasaki, Arake, Shoitani, Higashi, Matsuta all look to be there. And they're playing Cerezo, who I think have got a player or two as well, don't they? Yeah, Lucas Fernandez.
Yeah.
My goalkeeper there as well. Battle of my goalkeepers in some of these games. Let's see who else we have jumps out. I'll put Kawasaki, I'll put Yokohama on just because they're kind of old favourites. Tokyo's team is on screen here for you. Brandon Nozawa's back in the building.
Yeah,
Kawasaki.
He's been really good.
You think he'll make a move? He's been that good? Because Tani's not made a move, which has been weird.
Yeah, Tani's had a weird one, hasn't he? Like, kind of went, but didn't go anywhere that you'd know he went. He obviously went to Denda, and if they were in the first division, maybe you would have known a little bit more about him, like how Suzuki sort of broke onto the scene for St. Trudenens and got his move. Yeah, Tani's rise has been a bit weird, hasn't it? But yeah, maybe somebody might take a punt on Brandon. Yeah,
I've just put on the Vissel Kobe and Yokohama teams for you all as well.
Sorry, I was just doing a bit of changing a few of my lineups around just because a few bits of news that I saw.
It's 4 K-League games. I'm just going to put them on screen kind of rapid fire. So this is Ulsan and Daegu teams, if any of you want to see them. It's the seniors in the building.
Yeah, he's kind of turned it on a bit recently, to be fair.
Yeah, he's got all making up for it. He's definitely get hoodwinking the DMs, telling them about all these...
Hoodwinks onto him, and hoodwinks onto him.
We've just had Jeju and Incheon on screen. We've now got Suwon and Daejeon. So this is the Suwon team. Yoon Bitgaram in the house.
Mm-hmm. He's not been the same player recently either, just score-wise, I see in the lineup builder. Not really been doing it. Bada in the chat, by the way. You can't play 3 lineups until game week 502. Oh, Ian's just got onto him. Love it.
And then finally, we've got Pohang at home to Seoul. I think that's it for contenders. Is there anything else we would want to... Mexico?
They're still playing in Leagues Cup, aren't they? Is the issue with all the MLS and Mexican teams.
Let's see if we've got anything interesting quickly in Switzerland. Young Boys have got a few players. Looks like a lot of the cards are playing for them.
Yeah, a couple of sneaky ones in there.
St Gallen Grasshopper we've got lineups for. They've got a fair amount of cards, by the way. St Gallen.
Yeah, William, what's it, Goebbels, whatever his name is, the Monaco kid. He was dubbed to be. I've seen a lot of ex-French sort of wonder kids go to Switzerland. That feels like a route to, reviving their careers.
Grasshopper as well. Number of cards here.
Quinny, did you see who went? Remember De La Fuente, the winger?
Uh-huh. He's in Switzerland, isn't he?
He's in Switzerland. Yeah, he just signed for one of Landret or something. I can't remember. He signed for somebody that's related to another team. That Benny Traore, by the way. From Sheffield United. I only know him because Laird has his card. He won him ages ago, and he still owns him for whatever reason. He smashed last weekend. He had like an 85.
Nice. Albianajetti's got a good L2. He's been doing some good scores as well. So maybe there's a nice wee attack partnership brewing there. They're playing Servette. Servette team's on screen. And do we have any other teams here? We've got Zurich and Lausanne Sport. I think it might be Lausanne Sport. Oh, talking about former French wonder kids. Look who's here.
Wow, that is... Jesus, I did not know he was in Switzerland.
That might be Cheat Cody.
Yeah, that's Cheat Cody.
Let's see how Hubert's doing real quickly before I go and check him out. But Hubert, 95. 3 points off of a tier 3. Come on, you lazy bastard.
Go on, Hubert.
Get to 100. Get to a tier 3. Come on. Goal and assist and the last man tackle is not enough. We demand more.
Yeah.
So let's see. He's actually been there for more than a minute. So he's played.
Oh, he must have been there.
July
this season. Yeah, because they start early, don't they?
Yeah, but that's not a bad L6, is it?
It's not bad, mate. Yeah, he's showing glimpses of what he was at. In the French league. I think he went to Turkey, didn't he? And he was okay in Turkey for a bit. I think he fell off a cliff though after a while. But
12-88 from attack. This guy's a dribbler. He's a flair player, isn't he?
Yeah, very tricky. Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be a good card. I don't know whether he's got forward and midfielder cards. I'm going to assume just mid, maybe, but he'll be okay. Like, he won't be amazing, but he'll be a sneaky little play.
See if anyone else jumps out at us here from these other teams. Oh, actually, Lausanne Sport, did we look at their team? I think the Zurich things. Lausanne Sport, De La Fuente and Pafundi. Harry, this is an under 23. Is De La Fuente still under 23?
I think he is, maybe.
That Pafundi, by the way, as well, is a wee talent. Yeah, he's under 23.
Yeah.
Cormac De La Fuente.
Lemon squeeze, by the way. LA game is not this game week. Don't think about playing LAFC players. They play in game week 501.
See this guy?
Yeah, he's been there for a while. He's been smashing.
He's been killing it, but he's been smashing.
I know.
Seen him on lineup builder last night. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, he's a smash, to be fair. He's been there for a while.
Whoa. What are you up to, big man? Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's crushing.
He's doing well. And then this is the last one we have lineups for. Lugano, who has like the Chicago Fire tie-in. Renato Stefan as well, by the way. Zachary Brout Gilliard, Milton Valenzuela.
That's a mad team. That is like half an MLS team there.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. Let's see Renato Stefan, how he's been scoring recently, because I thought he would be fucking phenomenal in Switzerland.
He liked the MPs, weirdly. I only know this because one of my good mates, Nashi, has his Super Rare, and like he can smash, but like, he's got it in him, but he has those random weird DMPs, and I don't know. It just seemed like they were just like hard to foresee, but yeah, he's a smash. Yeah. No, Seattle's this game week, Pierre.
One thing I always thought about him when he was at Wolfsburg is that like he's clearly like an elite footballer, but physically and athletically, like he's not perfect. He's not like
he's Shaqiri before the roids, isn't he?
He's kind of like a Shaqiri, but without the like proper like I'm going to score a banger in him, But like, technically great player, but like physically he's never going to make it in the big leagues.
Exactly, yeah. It's like a Lucho Acosta B-Tech version.
Yeah. Hey, Harry boy, we've got half an hour to the deadline. Let's see some of your deadline drama you've got.
Well, to be fair, mate, I do. Well, yeah, I'm actually probably overplayed the drama a little bit. Yeah, I should have it, shouldn't I?
No, you need to do it again. Yeah, no, it's because you get kicked out, remember?
Sorry, mate. Yeah. Basically, I thought I had a bit more drama than I actually do, but with the new UI, thanks to Sorare for making what was a tough task even tougher. I don't have as much drama as I thought. I've thrown in a couple of special weekly teams. So the Jersey special weekly, I've got 3 rare teams and 1 super rare, but the super rare hasn't got a playing goalkeeper. So it's basically a glorified training lineup. Yeah, just kind of all the goalies that couldn't really, I can't play 3 under 23s right now. So a couple of my under 23 guys, Ben Lund probably doesn't even play. So just a very, very punty team going into there. But Challenger is where I'm looking back to myself, being really trying to strengthen what I've got in Challengers. I'm fishing in the D3 in season comp with my Dender boys.
Nice.
Brought
Ireland could have a big game.
Yeah, I think at home to Swansea, first game of the season for Middlesbrough. I do hope something nice could happen there. I'm really low on forwards is my issue. Like I literally have 3 forwards this weekend that like should play. Balikwisha's injured. I can go on and on and on, but there's loads of forward situations that I'm just really struggling with in Challenger. This was the drama that I was going to mention, but I've already got him in a team, and it's a tough game. It's Club Brugge, man. Like it's not like Genk are at home to fucking Beershot or something. So, the team's in there, and if he starts, he starts, and there's a team to go around him. This is the main one though, the Westerlo boys, but again, tough game outside of Mertens at home. Nice little D2 maybe that could do something there. Big David Bates revenge game. Another D2 team. I was going to use Trubin in under 23, but then I thought I've got so many challenger outfielders and I don't have the goalkeepers to complement it. Let me use Trubin in Chal and just use, I think I've got Cavallina maybe in under 23. So yeah, gives me another team there in D2. Under 23s, I'm doubling up on the Ivankovic and Jankovic little Riker stack, but I don't think they're going to get 90 minutes. Well, in fact, I probably could guarantee you they won't. So they need to smash before that, which is a big risk. Leysen, tough game against Anderlecht. I'm actually not really in love with my under 23 sides at all this weekend. I did just have to swap in Santiago Ramos Mingo because that is it Platanic? I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but the centre half for Leuven. I have his card now, and apparently he's questionable this weekend, so I'm a little bit cautious on that. So I brought in Big Mingo, but lads, it is the end of 240 as we know it, right? Last weekend ever of 240. We have it for the midweek. So I'm going big, Quinny. I'm hoping Bursik can not concede 3 against your boys. It's not going to be an easy task after they just lost 3-0 to St Mirren. But he's out 15 of 13. So it's allowed me to really put in some decent guys. I've obviously gone against, your Celtic contingency, and I've gone for big or little Conor Barron, shall we say, at home to Motherwell at Hampden. Santi Rod tonight, Max Alvstan tonight. Sorry. Yeah, really need a 240 to land. I haven't really had a 240 run ever since I won it a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now. So really struggled. I've just had DMPs everywhere, and it's been a nightmare. This one's a little fun one though, Quinny. I've managed to fit in Cucho Hernandez on his debut for me in the club. Nice. They play at home to Sporting Kansas City. Aaron Ramsey, jersey mint, may I add. My treasured Aaron Ramsey card that never sees the light of day in the gallery, but apparently he's fit and he's alive and he's an L15 of 27. So I was going to do double Bursik, but I don't have the balls to do that, Quinny. I can't go double Bursik in 240 because it could just ruin me. I am going to go middle threshold, though. Hopefully, Ito has a good farewell game.
Is he going to get a farewell game? Comment section doubts it.
I mean, I was speaking to Ian earlier, who was in the chat, and he likes to think that all the J League predictors have still got Ito in. And yeah, it's like a farewell thing in Japan. Apparently, like they always play their last sort of game situation.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I think he probably gets that. If not, we can swap him in for potentially a Rusnak. And then 220 cap. This is the Road to Glory team, and that's me, mate. Then a couple of training lineups. So nice. I'm excited. I've got way more lineups than I usually do, which is never a bad thing. But yeah, quite a lot of action tonight as well with League Cup and Gala playing, and there's a couple of fun things going on. Tonight. So looking forward to it.
Willie's got 4 goals. Absolutely shocked.
I know, yeah. 3 goals in the first half, and then I don't know.
Championship, squeeze it in, lads. Right. Well, we try a wee peek at the championship.
Yeah,
let's do it. Not? Have a wee peek, and then I've got deadline drama to do. But what games are we after? I think we've got quite a lot of them. Well, I'll just rattle through what we've got here. So Blackburn Derby on screen now. 1 card there. Derby. Kenzo's in the team. Ozo as well, the Crystal Palace guy. He's got a big reputation. He's in the team.
Yeah,
Preston Sheffield. There's your boy.
Sam Greenwood. Yeah, hopefully he gets the start tonight on loan from Leeds.
Sheffield still got Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny stayed, hasn't he? And Hammer. Mental, they've still got them.
I thought Vinny was alone. Here's Cardiff. Here's your boy
There he
Ramsey.
is. You can get a full Cardiff stack now on Sorare. Even Ethan Horvath, sorry. You could either go Gutas or Chambers. You've got Siopis, Turnbull, Aaron Ramsey in midfield. And then you've got Wilfred Kanga, who's not on to start, but I think he will eventually. Full Cardiff stack now.
It's building. Sunderland, they've only got a striker. Job Bellingham in the house as well. Be interesting to see how he gets on this year. Hull City. This is their team. Pandur is in by the skin of his teeth. Bristol City. Don't recognise anyone there. Leeds United. Matteo Joseph. Harry's left us again. Sorry about that. But Matteo Joseph was the breakout player. Somebody shouted in the chat earlier. I don't know why that keeps happening to you, Harry boy. Sorry.
That's weird.
We've also got... On you go.
Go on. I was just going to say, it allowed me to go straight back in. I didn't even have to do anything. Last time I had to refresh. Yeah.
Leeds team's looking as strong as they did last year. Really not missing a beat here, are they?
No, they've kept that. Matteo Joseph, someone said in the chat earlier that he's going to break through. He's looked really good in pre-season from what I've seen. He has an amazing card on Sorare. It's like the rookie, like the one where it has all the blending of a couple of different colors. It's a really nice card. So he should be fun.
And this is Middlesbrough.
Look at that.
Aiden and Eiling.
Yep. The Middlesbrough boys.
Against Swansea. Their team's on the screen here.
And they've got a Sorare keeper in there. Like, he's got cards from Burnley.
Oh, nice. That's a good wee goalkeeper option. And there's the Millwall team. If any care for that. Casper Denor in midfield. Honeyman out there as well, taking some sets and stuff. Against Watford. Jack Vitadze, Vikun Bayo, Ken Sema, Ryan Porteous. There's a few guys here that can score pretty good. Yeah,
a couple of good players there, FS05 for sure.
Oxford United, who have the manager that came from Mumbai City, part of CFG, was kind of maybe the fifth choice manager for Celtic or something. That's the only reason I know him. But they got promoted, and he's like an Oxford guy. He's like his hometown club and stuff. So maybe don't totally write them off just yet. But you would think Norwich at home, away to Oxford, it should be a good game for Norwich. No Ida. Looks like Ida's on his way to Glasgow. Angus Gunn. McLean, Nunes, now that Sarah's gone, maybe Nunes will return to prominence, set pieces and shit, you know.
Callum Doyle signed from Man City on loan for his fourth EFL loan, Quinny. I think he's got over 100 games under his belt and he's still only 21, which is quite impressive.
Good going for him.
Yeah.
And this is the QPR team.
There's so many cards now in the Championship that are like unlicensed. Lucas Anderson, he was there last year, mine, but Colback, Kenneth Powell, Steve Cook, like so many. Paul Nardi as well. Like mental, mate. It's really taken over.
And they're playing West Brom, who have Josh Maya and Diakite.
That's mad. Josh Madge is still there.
And we've got Stoke
class for Sunderland.
I think Stoke. Who is it? It's just about to buy Bosan Lawal from Celtic. Is it Stoke? So maybe he'll be in there next week, but we'll see. But here's the Stoke team: Million Manhoff, Wouterberger, Ben Gibson.
Bocut.
Yeah, Eric Bocut. And they're playing Coventry. Van Uwijk, who's been linked back to Holland, I'm sure, hasn't he?
Yeah, PSV. Teze replacement. I've seen that one flying around.
Then we've got Chef Wed in Plymouth. Chef Wed, fine. Plymouth, fine.
Yeah. Not up to much.
And then the Premier League revenge match. Yeah, Luton Burnley at the bottom here.
This is Monday night, this one.
Is it?
Under the lights, yeah.
Yeah, should be fun.
Ooh, who's in goal there for Burnley?
The guy Ipswich let go.
Oh, wow. So Trafford must be leaving. There's no way Trafford's going to be number 2.
Yeah, you think so, especially with the amount of money associated with that.
100%.
Now, guys, I've got some deadline drama to do, but we also have a Polworth to give away. Okay, so I need a question for the live chat to be popping off with. And oh, you son of a biscuit!
What's wrong?
Right. Hebert was 0.8 points away from tier 3, and then he lost. Must have got yellow carded or something, but he lost like 3 points right at the end there. So the question I want answered, guys, if you want to try and win the Liam Polworth, okay, is Heber has just brought in a 94-point score, okay? But what I want you to tell me is I want the full serial number of my Heber card. What is the full serial number? First right answer gets the Polworth. I was going to do the score, but I thought maybe he would be quick on that, so I'll give you my card serial number. Maybe a wee bit harder for you to get. But you should know that it's a jersey number, and that might kind of narrow it down for you. It's not going to be 56 or 72 or something like that, you know. So get them fired in, and we'll give away the Polworth. But while you are firing your answers in, guys, I do have some deadline drama of my own, not in Rivals, sorry, but in Pro. And I've just noticed, actually, they've swapped sides. It used to be the other way around. Rivals was on the left, Pro was on the right. So that's fun. Now, I've got a team going out in the Jersey Special Weekly. It's a bit of a throwaway team. I don't think Matt Freeze will play for NYC, but if he did, then I've got a team that can go out and maybe go for it. So similar to you, Harry, maybe bona fide special, bona fide training. But the Jersey Specialist, if you don't feel that confident about your teams, but you maybe have a player or two that could do very well, this is a competition I would be prioritising. If you don't think you're going to be in the money, if you don't think you're going to break into big card and box payouts or whatever, because with the old specialist criteria on this, you can't play two guys from the same team. You can only get one guy with an L15 above 60. You need to have two guys that are 45 or below as well. And this, like, no one has an advantage in a competition like this. It is really like, do you have a good formation of 5 to put together? And you could really get anywhere you want in this leaderboard. It's not open to like, the Wales will kill it. And because anyone who could kill it doesn't give a fuck about this, to be quite honest with you. So if you can care about it, you will have an advantage on the field on this one. So not a priority for me, but if I had a weaker situation this game week, it's something I would definitely be pushing for, because you could forget about the jerseys and that. There's 3 stars on the podium, tier 1s for top 14, but even getting into the top 50 and bagging a tier 2 and the jersey, obviously, that's something that I think a lot of people could aspire to. At rare level, certainly. I've not really examined limited and super rare or whatever, but yeah, that's what I've got. So this team here, I'm probably going to bin it, and because we're not going to take the Dies in Maeda risk, and that's going to have a bit of a knock-on effect once I do delete it into... Oh, no, actually, it's not. Sorry, I beg your pardon. What I thought I was going to be doing there was ripping that apart, actually, and it's going to be proper deadline drama to refigure all my challenger teams, but I bought the Forest for this reason. So I've got Ross the Boss, big XP Matt, big XP defender Hatate. Could be the highest scoring forward card. And then, we'll bring in my 4th James Forrest, I think this is. And Captain Matt. So, I think that's all I'll be doing. I'll be keeping that the same, but rotate wee Jimmy in and just go for it. So, I'm quite hopeful on this. The UI's been getting slagged, and you dropped it a wee bomb there a minute ago, Harry, but I've not had any problems with it, to be honest with you. I don't know if I've just not had to do something on it that is problematic. But anyway, this is the leaderboard for it. Way more appealing than the in-season. And hoping that the differentials I've got in my favour can sling me. We got top 40 last week and got to the $50 mark. I would really want to get, like top 5, top 7. I really want to get into the nosebleeds on this one. So I'm hoping your Bursic gets absolutely crushed, mate.
It's more so just like the amount of like clicks you need, like especially to do training. It's like 4 or 5 clicks. And
fair.
It's just, well, I mean, the button's coming next week anyway, so it won't even matter. But
I would enter the Jersey Special over 220, no problem at all.
Yeah, not even. There's no captain as well, Quinny. You didn't mention. Not that it was
no captain.
There's no captaincy, no. So I think, it's just like, there's just less things you can get wrong. Like if you get, there's no, I get my captain wrong. It's just there is no captain. So I definitely think, it's definitely wide open. Even if you haven't got a goalie, I reckon sometimes, you could definitely sneak in there.
Yeah. I would definitely prioritise it over 220. And I think I'll be keeping these the same. I'll be calling upon a Jetty, I think, in this lineup. I don't think I'll be altering that at all. I could play Giacomakis. No, I couldn't. He's in Leagues Cup. Who could I play? I could play some of these guys, but I'm not going to bother. Rakitic, I'm going to keep in the 240. I do think Tanaka's a good shout this weekend. I think he's in the shop window. Hatates are in every team possible. And Savage looks like he's playing. So this wee 220 I've got, actually, I'm quite excited about. As far as a 220 can be exciting. with Angus Gunn Limited, Broholm, McGregor, whatever. And my 240 is just, it's the last one. Tried to make it decent, but it's kind of hard for me this week. I've got a lot of high L15 cards, so it makes it tough. And training is just all super rares for me. I don't think I did anything else. So yeah, don't actually have the deadline drama I thought. But yeah, so that's clean. I like that. Nice and easy.
Yeah, excited for him.
Hat legend.
He's back,
Loving
isn't
it.
he?
Excellent. Now, we did do a quiz, so let's go get the right answers for that. We're looking to find out who's going to win the in-season Liam Polworth that I won for free thanks to buying the Forest. I wanted to know, what is my serial number for my Hebert that's just went and dropped a 94 and brought me into just about the tier 4s, could have been tier 3s. It's a part of my NYC collection, of course, which is mainly all jersey mints, and Hebert is one of those guys. What number is Hebert? He is number 9. So I'm looking for 9/100. Let's scroll all the way back. I see a bunch of numbers. Can we get all the way to the top? Lots of answers in here. Thanks to everyone that took part. Me, SSV was first in, but it was a wrong answer. He went with number 11. And then Shoshik, second answer. Fist bump to you, my man. You're the winner with 9/100. Commiserations and all the rest of it to Big Mark, Zildrax as well. Jonathan Gargi coming out with a number 3 here, which is a bit left field. Fair play to you. Daniel coming in with the right answer here, as well as Benny. Unlucky to you guys. Tom Godfrey as well. Commiserations. But like I said, the right answer was Shoshix. So let me just double check. Shoshix is how your name appears on Sorare, and I might be able just to swing that over to you. Easy peasy. If not, buddy, I'm going to need you to tell me your team name again. Shoshix. Don't know if I've misspelled it, but it's not came up the way I would think it's spelled. Maybe I need to put the X in as well, maybe? Oh no, there's a C in there. Shoshix. No, I need your team name, Shoshix. And we'll get that sent over to you, mate. Congratulations on the Polworth. As we see Harry just filling out his teams. Oh, there we go. Is Let's Play.Sorare. Congratulations. I've copied and pasted that. We've got it in. Lovely. Trade, add card, Polworth. Congratulations, mate. I hope he serves you well. And we are just about 10 minutes to the deadline, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm quite glad I didn't need to actually deadline drama my face off there and totally rip everything to shreds. The 35-point sub, when does that come in, Harry? Is it this weekend or next? We got the official notification.
Yeah, I reckon next, right? Everything seems next. Like, you know, multi-entry and under 23 subs, I'm going to assume, because they've just changed subs on Rivals, right? So you have like 5 minutes to like bring in a sub, I'm pretty sure.
That was a notification we got the other day. I've just got it on screen now. But yeah, that's decent.
Yeah. It's a bit weird though, isn't it? Because like if someone scores in that time, it's a bit like, well, you know, you're just buying 60 points then at that point.
That might be a bit of an outlier situation, but like off the bench, first touch goal.
People score quickly, Quinny, like off the bench. I don't think that's actually I bet like it happens more than you think, I think. Especially towards the end of the game, you know, like 80th minute, you know, you come on the 80th, I honestly, the amount of times like I look on Sorare Data or SofaScore and somebody's literally just come on and got a decisive is unbelievable. Like if it was like 2 minutes, I'd be like, okay, fair. But 5 minutes is a long time when there's only 15 minutes left in a game in that sense, you know?
I'm thinking about me in the pub. So imagine you're in the pub and the signal's rubbish and you need to go outside or something like that, or you need to wait for your phone to load and all that crap. So, and I know most people, I don't know about most, but I know probably a significant number aren't in the pub or whatever. But I guess that's the place they kind of wanted to live. It's just your companion for watching the match at your mate's house, at the pub, on your lonesome, whatever it might be. Yeah, but yeah, maybe would you call it? It is a wee bit longer, perhaps.
Like 3 minutes, I think, would have been perfect. 3 is not too, you know, not too. It's not 5 minutes, and it's 3 minutes is enough time for you to like see somebody's gone onto the field and like get him into your phone, you know, and get him into the lineup. I know it might not apply to maybe the pub reference, but I do think 5 minutes is just ridiculous. I really, really do. It's far too long.
It definitely helps those players that aren't watching it as well, because it means you've probably got your sub notification in as well. Like that's like 2 minutes later, isn't it? You know, so if you're not on the screen watching the game, then you've got the time for the notification to reach you and go, fuck.
You're right. There is a delay. There is a delay, but is there 5 minutes of a delay needed? I don't know. I think that's a bit overboard. I get you want to be on the the overboard side than the underboard in a lot of ways, but it feels like a stretch.
And yeah, maybe this is a position a lot of us are kind of scoping.
If you're if you're on that side of things, then 100% it can be quite dicey.
And this is the last weekend of 240, isn't it?
Last weekend, yeah. Next midweek is the last ever time you'll be able to play it.
Gone but not forgotten.
I don't know. It's been a big part of this game, hasn't it? For this, for being just completely honest, like that was a big reason why people did join, and yeah, it was the bread and butter really of the game. But it turned into a place where it just wasn't sustainable, as we all know. And what would you prefer, the game to die or a fraction of the game to go away? I know it was a big part of it. Don't get me wrong, but something had to be done. That's not me just bowing down to fucking Sorare. That's just the truth, isn't it? Otherwise, it'd just be gone. The game wouldn't exist, really. There was no incentive to buy good cards at the end of the day. That's what it came down to. And the new format is it kind of supplements that, and you either play or you don't.
Guys, 167 likes on the show today on YouTube.
I saw there was 200 live watching, by the way, at some point. I don't know what we're at right now, but
yeah, it's been about 200 here the whole way through. 2 to 210. We're sitting at 187, 198 now, somewhere around that. So it's been a great show, guys. And you do feel that the ante is getting raised ahead of next weekend. 500 is a special game week for us, but 502, everyone has got those in-season cards ready to go out, and everyone's been waiting for the European season, or the Champion Europe stuff to come back. So great show, guys.
I reckon we'll see a little surge just in interest in the game next week with Premier League coming back. Like all the FPL junkies will be tuning into the stream, maybe, hopefully, and yeah, it'll be pandemonium, I think, with all the leagues coming back. Yeah, it should be fun.
It's going to be busy. I'm looking forward to it, and this is where the season really does kick off. Between this weekend, Game Week 500, Jersey Special, wee bit of SPFL, and then, like I mentioned before, next midweek there's a wee bit of a La Liga. There's like 2 La Liga games, and I've got like all the cards that are playing.
It's Girona, isn't it? Who is it? Girona and who is it? Someone else.
I've got Sorare playing or Killison playing, so I've got like Getafe maybe or something. And
I think it's Getafe, yeah, because it is Getafe. It might be Getafe Girona, or is there 2 games on?
There's 2 games on. I don't think Mad Guys are playing each other.
Okay, yeah.
Can we have a quick slide peek? Yeah, so Betis Girona. But yeah, there's a champion's not actually open. In fact, so I'll be playing All-Star or 240.
You could play 240. That could be a nice little sneaky one.
So I've got Sorare on a 43. Miguel's going to be away, isn't he? Arnau's on a 30. This could be fun, by the way. Martin. But Saganikov, Moiral. What's Stuani's thing?
Saganikov.
Still injured. I'm not sure if he's featured in pre-season yet. But Stuani will play anyway, because Abel Ruiz is away at the Olympics. Bojan Miovski is going to play for Aberdeen this week anyway, so could be Stuani. Then it leaves me 83 points.
Jeez.
Which is a Girona stack, isn't it? With Sorare and goals.
Basically, yeah. Which works.
Mid-target.
McKenzie on the verge of joining Stuttgart.
Oh, wow. That's a great move for them. They've lost Ito and Anton.
Yeah, so good points. They're low.
So This could be fun for me. I'm excited for that. That's like 240 thing.
That's funny, that is. What else will we have? We'll have like LAFC, so we'll have bits of... So I'm just very glad that we can see the games that are playing now. You couldn't see the games that were live for the last couple of months. You could only see on Sorare. Ouch.
No pyramid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love the fact that, view all matches. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, this is nice. This is probably the best thing I've seen from a UI perspective. Like, this is really good. By day as well, so it's all laid out in order.
We did used to have this way back in the day.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, like we definitely had a match tab like this on the game week. Like, I'm getting a bit of deja vu from doing live streams and stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. I mean,
I think I used to just go through the list and try and pick them out, just try and pick out games that were like, oh, look out for this one. And yeah, you've got a wee My Cards tab here. That's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Because if you do it on all... it doesn't really work, though, for me. Oh, it works for you.
I don't have Girona here. Oh, because I'm in All-Star, perhaps, rare or some shit, maybe.
Okay.
Super rare. My Cards. Yeah, that's a bit annoying how it's segregated. But I suppose, like, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, cool. Probably better that way. But that's just more clicking, isn't it? Which maybe you would want the My Matches thing, and then maybe like a card filter here, like yellow, red, blue, black.
Potentially, yeah.
That's funky. That's cool. Yeah, maybe a wee bit of midweek magic for me. I might get the final threshold.
That's funny you said that, because I've got a 4-man super rare effort. I don't have a keeper, but the players that actually are playing are all like really L15 quite high. Yeah, so it doesn't actually. I don't really mind. I'd only go for the lower one anyway. But yeah, that's funny. Last ever threshold. That'd be nice. End on a little $60. End on a high.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. And Polworth has went straight into a cap 240. Let's hope he does the business. Let's hope he brings in a 50 or something for you. Mm-hmm. Whatever's going to get you over the line. But yeah, love that. And yeah, just try to see if there's any chat to catch up on. We're 2 minutes to the deadline, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty calm. I think there'll probably be something that I miss in the end, but you can't really do too much.
No Football Brothers topic from last week. No, we didn't. That was quite fun last week.
That was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. What can we do this week? Anything like Championship EFL themed, maybe? Oh, Noah Lang now 15-0, is he? Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts.
4 of them going out just feels cheating. Eh? So that'll be like the jersey special maxed out. That'll be cap mode.
Yeah.
It's a cheat coder.
That'll be OP, won't it?
I feel like I have too many teams, says Rico, man. Wait till next week.
Yeah.
But in that next week, there's no Scotland. The next week is a Scottish Cup weekend. So all the Scottish teams are in Cup action, which hurts me. I won't have everything next week. But I won't have
Scotland and nothing. And then now it's La Liga and nothing. Yeah.
So, funny one for me. So it won't be until 5:04. I think I've got a mega game week on my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5:04 is going to be the big one, isn't it, really? They'll have the Belgium special out.
Ooh, Wolves are going to sign.
Oh, yeah?
His name's not Forbes. What the fuck's his actual name? He's been getting called Forbes recently, but what the fuck did we know him as? Was it Borges?
Yeah. Borges, yeah.
Yeah. That could be fun.
Yeah,
I don't know how good he was in Holland, but was he not a bit of a
he's playing right now? Like, he's been playing right now, but no, he hasn't been that good. He hasn't actually smashed as much as we kind of thought.
I thought he was going to be lethal.
It's Carlos, isn't it? Carlos Borges or Carlos something?
Yeah.
Carlos Borges, yeah.
Yeah, Stish.
That's interesting. Bit of a gamble, that, because he hasn't really done too well in Holland. Yeah, Stish said he's been rubbish. He haven't been great. He had like the craziest youth stats for City like ever, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was something.
I want him to go to Celtic.
Yeah, like a Frimpong type of situation, right? That could have worked out quite nicely, I think. But interesting. I mean, he ain't gonna be Neto. Like, Neto's a massive miss for for Wolves, man. I mean, they'll have a decent bit of ooh, that's interesting. Newcastle trying to get... That'd be fun. If Kulusevski went to Newcastle, that would give me less of a headache. I would not mind that. Because obviously Solanke's going to play number 9, isn't he, really, if he goes, which looks likely. Yeah. Richarlison will be second string. You can tell what they want. They just literally want balls into the box to Solanke all day long, and he's just going to get his head, toe, arm, everything on it, and they're just going to go in. It's just going to be one of them ones across the 6-yard box, low and hard, and yeah, hopefully he'll score goals there, Solanke, with like Son and fucking Maddison feeding him compared to what he has at Bournemouth. Like, Jesus.
It keeps Son left as well, because I know Son can play through the middle, and he's got a bit of that about him, but he's not a centre player. You want him out in space.
You need a 6'4" number 9 really that can hold the ball up and score goals. Richarlison is like half of that, but he's just not it anymore. And he's had his day, I think, Richarlison. But Solanke's good. He's gone under the radar for a few years, I think, hasn't he?
I've not been a big fan, but I think this year he was quite impressive.
Yeah, he's a basic player, but he just does the basics really well. Holds the ball up well. He can finish really well. Scores header. Like, he's just a very, athletic, typical Premier League number 9 that, you kind of need these days. But Richarlison just isn't that anymore. Let's just be brutally honest about it. And Richarlison was best as off the left anyway at Everton years ago. He's never been like a proper 9-9, if we're being honest. Like, he broke through as a left winger.
Yeah, fair. I'm with you on that. And Richarlison was coming out with comments saying, like, my ambition to play for Brazil and play in the Premier League is bigger than the bags of money they'll offer me in Saudi Arabia and all that.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not like, refused it. Yeah.
So he's been quite defiant in his stance. So let's see how it shakes out.
I can't see. If they're going to spend 60 mil on Solanke, you got to play, haven't he?
Yeah, no two ways about it.
Richarlison, but
that ship sailed.
That ship sailed, I was going to say.
But we're officially in the game week. Maybe Wolves have. That's Rodrigo Gomez, by the way. I previewed him when I did the Wolves video. He could be tidy. Let's see if he can make the step up. But guy from Portugal, Braga or something like that. I forget where they got him from. But guys, we're firmly in game week 500. Good luck to everyone that's joined the stream today. Me and Harry, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. If you want to find Harry and all the amazing content on his channel, that's linked in the description of this video. If you put in Harry Trades YT or Harry Trades or whatever, into any search engine on social media, you'll find a picture of him somewhere doing something. So, and of course, you've been here on my channel and stuff, so don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share and retweet and all that good stuff, guys. Good luck to everyone this weekend. Congratulations on Show 6 for winning the Polworth. And Harry boy, it's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck to you, mate, as well this weekend.
Yeah, massive good luck to you, mate, as well, and everyone watching. Really do appreciate you all. And yeah, big one this weekend, but even bigger one next weekend, right?
That's it. In amongst it, and let a dog eat and beetroot. And we'll see you next week, guys. Take care.